Morning, everyone. Will you please stand? Welcome to Special Magistrate for June 25th, 2026. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm to speak the truth at today's hearing? Yes. Thank you. You may be seated, and please silence all electronic devices.
First case, page 37, Inspector Matthew Flesher. Case number CE 250-60029. Case address 2901 Southwest 17th Street, C through D. Owner, A&D Re Holdings, LLC. First heard 11/6/25 to comply by 4/30/26. Suspended 4/30/26 through 6/25/26. Fine start 6/26/26, and this is an order to reappear.
Morning. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Special Magistrate. I'm David Vasquez. I am the property owner.
Okay.
Push the button. There you go.
Check, check. I'm David Vasquez. I'm the property owner. Good morning.
We're going to hear from the city staff. Thank you.
Good morning. This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 25060029 for the property located at 2901 Southwest 17th Street. This case was last heard on April 30, 2026, where magistrate duty granted a 56-day extension and an order to reappear. The violation 47-18.47.a remains. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 24, 2026, and the violation remained. This is an order to reappear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so all the violations have been cleared. In terms of we've complied with the code. Everything has been removed from Sal's community. There's just one pending item on Google that Mr. Salt himself has already removed from Google. Google now has sent an email saying...
I'm sorry. You complied with what?
With
the city's requirements?
Yes.
So the city asked them to remove everybody from inside. The beds, when I checked inside, the beds were in various states of being disassembled. The city also asked them to change the address on Sunbiz. They did that. The city asked them to change the salscommunity.com website. They did. The only one that remains is a website that they don't control, soberlivingnearyou.com. And then also Google is currently showing the address still under Sal's Community as a halfway house, but they have an explanation that they're currently in the process of trying to change it.
For the Google, it takes 5 days, which we already made the request to remove it. They said, we'll get back to you within 5 days. We have the proof here.
Are you looking for additional time?
No.
Special Magistrate.
I'm sorry, just a minute. Are you looking for additional time?
We're looking to get it cleared.
No, Special Magistrate, to your left. What we need to give them is 10 days to comply. After the 10 days, the Google verification should have gone through, and the case will be in compliance.
Okay, just bear with me. So there's already an existing order here.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking to extend the time for
10
compliance,
days.
I would think, by 10 days.
Yes.
Can you do it in 10 days?
They said 5 days.
So Google said 5 days, so...
We can do 10.
10 days.
Let's do 10 days.
Yes.
And then the only other thing is that third-party website, which we have no control over.
That's the purpose of the 10 days. Just
All
agree
right.
with the 10 days.
All right, let's extend the time 10 days.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank
We
you.
don't have to come, he said we don't have to come back if we're in compliance to close the case, correct?
Yeah, I mean, assuming within that 10 days you get the remaining, I'm getting told that everything has been taken care of for the most part. I guess there's these minor things. If you can do that in 10 days, you're going to be good. If you're not, then you're going to have issues. But 10 days, you should be able to do it.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 43, Inspector Bernstein Sambert. Case number CE 250-80620. Case address 500 South Andrews Ave. Owner, Black Hawk Properties and Investment, LLC. First heard 2/26/26 to comply by 4/30/26. Suspended 4/30/26 through 6/26/26. 1,650 has been imposed. The city is requesting and this is an order to reappear.
Good morning. It's Stephanie Mayorga with Stephanie Toothaker's office on behalf of the property owner.
Good morning, Greg Bruton with GBA, representing the property owner.
Good morning.
Good morning. Senior Inspector Bernstein Sambert for the City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement, presenting case CE 2508-0620, property address 500 South Andrews Ave. This property was inspected on August 7th, 2025 for the following violations: 47-21.15D. A total of 9 live oak trees have been abused and effectively destroyed. Additionally, 2 royal palm trees on Andrews Avenue were also abused and have been effectively destroyed. This case will be brought before the special magistrate to requesting imposition of fines up to $15,000 for irreparable and irreversible violation. The notice of hearing was posted on June 3rd, 2026. A pre-hearing inspection on June 18th, 2026 revealed the following violation is not in compliance. As of today, permit LND-TREE-26050214 submitted, waiting client reply for the removal and replacement of 2 royal palm trees, 9 live oak trees, total replacement to be 25 caliber inches of canopy of trees and 2 palms, any species, minimum of 8 counts or equivalent as approved. Magistrate, this is a case where the property owners have submitted the permit and they are waiting for whatever reason they're waiting for it before it gets approved. It will be approved. They want to go back with their arborist to look at those trees again to see if any of them can be saved. And the city standpoint is, if the permit can be issued, let's issue the permit, give them whatever request they want, but then we want it to be known that once we give them the 63 days, that's what the city is going to recommend, we want the work to be completed. But I'm not sure on their end if they're going to be able to complete the work, but that's where the city stands.
Hold on just a minute. They're talking about hiring an arborist that's going to make let me just a minute, let me finish. Going to make a determination as to whether, from their perspective, the trees can survive, right?
We already did that. We went through that with their arborists already went through that.
All
they
right.
want to go back to
Okay, I remember this case was here.
Okay.
There's 9 trees, right?
Correct.
Okay. Has somebody made a determination that of those 9, some can live? No?
Well, we have Laura Tully, our arborist here, that's going to...
Laura Tully, the urban
You need
forester.
to state your name for the record if you could.
Laura Tully, I'm the urban forester for the city. Excuse me. They have hired an arborist who determined that all the trees have been effectively destroyed. What they are asking for, I believe, is for that arborist to come back and reevaluate the trees. I do not expect any changes in that evaluation.
Let's say the arborist comes back and decides that his initial or her initial determination was incorrect and that some of the trees can survive. Are you going to review that? Do you make the determination as to which is the correct call?
I would not, based on the arborist report we previously saw that was submitted by them, I do not expect that assessment to change.
If it happened, how does that get decided?
That would be done during plan review. They would have to resubmit a revision for the permit.
Okay, I guess what I'm trying to say, if there's a disagreement between you as the city arborist and their arborist, how does that decide?
We are trying to give them the opportunity to have their professional make that evaluation, but I would ask that it be the same professional.
Yes.
But if you guys disagree, who makes the final determination?
We go with their professional that they have hired.
Okay, all right, I just wanted to know that. Okay. I know you're telling me that you don't think it's likely, and I get all that, but I just wanted to know if there was some disagreement between the two sides who determines it. So I guess you know what I wanted to ask? It says here there's a fine imposed of $1,650. What was that about?
They pay that.
Was that
for effectively destroying the trees? They abuse the trees. So
okay, all right. So
that was
fine.
just a civil penalty.
That
Correct.
was a civil penalty. Yes.
We would appreciate a 91-day extension if possible to hold the fines. Our arborist is out for the next 4 weeks due to a family circumstance, but we will be hiring the same professional, Jeremy Chansey, to reevaluate. And just based, as a layperson, the trees look a little bit lusher, so we would just appreciate our professional to go out there.
Well, I do know this.
re-inspect.
I'm not an arborist, but I'm sure they will look a little
Absolutely.
They will look lusher because that's one of the ways the trees react to when they
Sure.
get cuts. But that's the arborists know that.
Exactly. Exactly.
So actually, how it looks is kind of irrelevant. But I just. So I think what you're looking for is to ultimately contest the 1650 fine, is that what?
No, we're not contesting the fines have been paid.
It's for the replacement of the trees.
It's the cost of the
You
replacement
guys,
of the trees,
I think, you don't
yes.
think you're opposed to 91 days, right? Is that what you told me? Or
Well, we want to stick to 63 days.
Okay, all right, let's do that. We can do an order to reappear.
We appreciate that.
All right, 60, whatever, 63? All right, I'll extend the time for compliance, 63 days, which would be August 27th. It'll be in order to reappear.
Compliance.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next case.
Did I miss something?
I just wanted to ask, as far as compliance, is that completion of the work or,
I think the city asked for completion of the work, right?
Correct.
In that case, then we would respectfully request a little bit more time because to actually complete the work, that would be more like 180 days, I would assume.
So then if we do the 63, could it be that the permit be issued at that time so that the work could commence?
Go ahead.
Okay, hold on, everybody. Everybody just take a step back. What we're going to do is 63 days, and you're going to come back, and we'll see where we're at.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're going to do that. All right, thank you, folks.
We have another case.
We have a next one.
Okay.
Next case, page 44. Inspector Bernstein Sambert, case number CE 250804142, case address 550 South Andrews Ave, owner Black Hawk Properties and Investment LLC. First heard 2/26/26 to comply by 4/30/26. One suspension noted on the agenda. Fine starts 6/26/26. And this is an order to reappear.
You guys need to state your name again, if you would, please.
Stephanie Miorga with Stephanie Toothacre's office on behalf of the property owner.
Greg Bruton with GBA on behalf of the property owner.
Okay, thank you.
Senior Inspector Bernstein Sambert for the City of Lauderdale Community Enhancement, presenting case number CE 2508-0620, property address 550 South Andrews Ave. This property was cited for the following violation: 47-21.15.1. One pigeon plum tree was removed from the zone RAC-CC City District residential property without first obtaining a permit. 47-21.15D, a total of 9 live oak tree has been abused, effectively destroyed. Additional 4 date palms on Andrews Ave were also abused and have been effectively destroyed. This case will be brought to the Special Magistrate, requesting an imposition of fines up to $15,000 for irreparable and irreversible violation. As of today, the property is not in compliance. Permit LND-TREE-26050215, awaiting client reply for the removal and replacement of the 9 live oak trees and the pigeon plum. The city is here to request 63 days. Same case, just a different parcel.
Same case.
Yeah.
Different, all right, same result. 63 days, and we'll be back here on the 63rd day and figure out where we're at.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next case, page 42, Inspector Vanessa Willis, case number CE 250600123, case address 424 Northwest 14th Avenue, owner Leonard Goggins. First heard 11/19/25 to comply by 1/29/26. One suspension noted on the agenda. 4 sections not complied at $50 a day. $11,200 has accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount, and fines continue to accrue.
Morning, folks. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Leonard Goggins. This is my son,
Okay.
homeowner.
Okay.
This is
And
my
I'm
son.
Xavier Goggins.
Okay, thank you.
He's going to be speaking.
Okay.
Good morning, Inspector Vanessa Willis, presenting this case as read for the City of Fort Lauderdale. This case was first heard on November 19, 2025, and in order to comply by January 29, 2025, was ordered, and subsequently, the order was suspended on February 26, 2025, 2026, with an abatement date of May 28, 2026. Currently, the violations were 18-12, parentheses A, complied, violation 47-34.1.A.1, complied, violation 47-39.A.1.B.10 was withdrawn, violation 9-280, parentheses H, parentheses 1, that is not complied. Violation 9-304, parentheses B, is not complied, and violation 9-305B is now in compliance as of yesterday, June 24th, and violation 9-306 is in compliance. 9-313.A is complied. The property was last inspected on June 24th, 2026, and violations 9-280H1 is not in compliance. Violation 9-304B is not in compliance. The city is requesting the full amount of the imposed fines, and the homeowner has something to present today.
Yes.
Yes, hi. We've been working diligently on all of these things and the permit process. We switched from owner builder to a contractor, and they've been working diligently to get the permit. So it
How much
hasn't.
time do you think you need?
90 days.
You oppose 90 days?
I don't oppose.
You do not oppose?
Yes.
All right, I'll extend the time for compliance, 91 days, which would be September 20th.
Special Magistrate?
Yes.
Can you just do 119 days just to make sure, just to be on the safe side?
Okay. All right. 119 days, which would be October 22nd. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you.
Next case, page 22, Inspector Muhammad Page 22, Inspector Muhammad Dayam, case number CE 260404888, case address 1824 Coconut Drive, owner David and Brooke Griner, posted at property 52926, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
David Griner.
Okay.
Good morning. Mohammed Dam, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. The inspection was conducted on April 16th, 2026, and the following violations were observed. 18-4C complied. 47-19.1.D withdrawn as per building referred to building case BE 240808284. 47-19.2.II.4.A. There is a storage pod stored on this RS8 zone property. 47-21.9.K. Gravel is being utilized at this RS8 zone property in excess of the maximum 10% of the total landscape area. 47-34.1.A.1 complied. 9-305B. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas on the lawn of a dead and or missing ground cover. 9-306 complied. 9-308B complied. 9-313A complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted in June 24th, 2026. The property remains in violation. The city is requesting 15 days to comply for violation 47-19.2.II.4.A and 28 days to comply for violations 47-21.9.K and 9-305B, or a fine of $50 per day per violation thereafter.
Yes, sir.
I just need to apply for an extension or whatever for this. The things that he, other than the gravel, the canopies that are there, I have a previous.
I think he withdrew the canopies.
Okay.
Let me tell you what's there. He's talking about the pod storage, the gravel, and the landscaping.
So the landscape, the only thing that he was talking about was the underneath the tree, and since the tree drops 500,000 leaves once a year, the time that he was there, the leaves were there, and it kills the grass until the leaves come back.
I think it's the missing sod that he's talking about.
Well, that's because the leaves kill the grass.
Yeah,
but
well,
now it's starting
here's
to
the deal. He's talking about complying in 28 days. Can you do that?
Well, so why did he withdraw the canopies? And the reason
I don't
why
know. Okay, just a minute.
Okay.
I want to deal with this.
Okay, all right.
Can you do that in 28
There's
days?
grass there now. It's starting to grow right now.
Have you got, is it seeds?
Yeah.
Okay, well, seeds usually don't work, but that's your call.
And there's actually sod that was laid around the tree, but we didn't lay it all around the tree yet, so.
I'm just trying to, there's 3 violations. I don't think you're contesting them. I'm just trying to figure out the time frames. Can you get the storage pod out of there in 15 days?
I need like 90.
Okay, well.
My house was flooded, and what is in that pod is from the flood, so.
Well, they're looking for 15 days, so we're kind of far apart here.
So what, for my personal belongings that are in there? He said he Googled it and it had been there for a long time, but I had taken it out and then I had to bring it back and
How much
use it
time you
again.
need to move the pod? 90 days?
Yeah.
I don't think that's, how many days?
28 days. I guess.
Special Magistrate, the city, even if he was to pull a permit, the city only allows him to have the storage pod twice a year for 14 days each. So we would be opposed to anything over 28 days,
No,
which is
no,
what
I'd
the
go
city
with 28
permits.
days. You're going to have to find somewhere else to store the stuff.
Okay. So 28 days?
Yeah, 28
All right, fine.
days on the pod, 28 days on the landscaping, and 28 days on the gravel.
All right, so
Okay?
the gravel was put in there because you put two houses, one to the east of me and one to the south of me that is 4 foot taller than my existing property. So when it rains, all the water off those giant roofs of those giant houses drain into that area. So to avoid a mud pit, we put the gravel there because we couldn't get anything to grow because it would flood.
So what's
every
your
time.
solution? You
Well,
can't
the solution is the gravel's been there for 7
Oh,
years.
wait a minute, stop. You can't have the gravel, okay? So
Why?
let's talk about a different solution.
Why?
What's your
There's-
solution?
Well, there's other houses that I see in the...
Okay, what's your solution for it if you can't have the gravel?
Well, I need the gravel for two
Can you
reasons.
have the gravel?
No, he
he
cannot
said,
have
well,
more than
first of all, he
10%.
said
Just a
that
minute, stop. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. You want me to approve the gravel? I can't. It's not permitted under the code. So what I'm trying to figure out is where
Okay.
we go from there.
But
What can you do?
But he said to me when we talked the gravel that he would work that out with me and that he could.
I told you would need to reach out to engineering. If they approve what you're saying, they will let you have the gravel. You never reach out to engineering. It's not for me
No,
to
he
tell
didn't
you
say-
can
he
have the
did-
gravel
That
or
was not
not.
true. He said he would work with me on that.
All right,
Special
here's the
Magistrate,
deal.
Special
Here's the deal.
Magistrate, I'm sorry, the code officer doesn't have that ability. So it's remove the gravel or get with engineering and landscaping to see what you can put there. That's your only option.
Okay, so then I can put concrete?
You can get with landscaping and engineering so they can tell you what's approved to be put there.
Okay. So
All
I
right,
want to
I'm
build
gonna
a garage.
find-
I want to build a garage there, but
Okay,
right now.
all right, well, that'll be great. Okay.
hold on.
Just a minute.
I
Just a
have
minute.
it.
Just a minute.
Okay.
Look,
Yes.
I got a lot of cases here today. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find that the 3 violations exist. I'll give the respondent 28 days in each instance, and there'll be a fine of $50 a day for each day beyond that time. So, good luck to you,
That's
sir.
not enough time.
Okay, I understand that. I'm trying to balance
Hold
between.
on. The two sheds.
Okay, we're done. We're done.
Oh, that's how it works?
No, come on. No. Come back. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next case, page 34, Inspector Evan Oakes, case number CE 260501115, case address 2281 Southwest 26th Ave, owner Amaya DR Enterprises LLC, posted at property 6526, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Which one? I must be on the wrong page. What page? 34. I got 24. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
State your name for the records, please.
Mr. Jones, Taharan Jones.
Okay.
He's the owner.
Okay.
I'm Tony Ayala, Property Management.
Property manager.
Andres Nasser, Property Management.
Property manager. Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Code Compliance Officer Evan Oakes, City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement, presenting case CE 260501115, property address 2281 Southwest 26th Avenue. This property was initially inspected on May 5th, 2026, and the following violations were observed. 15-282D1B. There are 4 violations of the city's ordinance, which constitutes a request for 365-day suspension of the vacation rental certificate. The qualifying violation cases are CE 26010328. The violations are 15-2781E, vacation rental parking violation, and 15-2755, responsible party failed to respond. The next case, CE 26040524, violation 17-7.1.A, residential amplified sound, and 15-2755, responsible party failed to respond, for a total of 4 violations. The city is requesting the full 365-day suspension of the vacation rental certificate.
Yes, folks.
All right. I don't even know where to start.
Okay.
Which-
Let me tell you one thing we're not going to do. We're not going to revisit the violations, okay?
No,
Those are done.
Yeah, we're not trying to, we're contested violations, we're just, we weren't, the address where the information was sent, we weren't in contact with that
Now we're going back to
information.
the original order. The orders are done, okay? I'm not, no, this is a hearing about whether to suspend under the code. This is not a redoing of the hearing in which the initial violations were found. That's done.
There's days that you have documented that no one's even at the house, that we have pictures and videos of.
The violations are done. We're not revisiting the violations.
what-
I've said it 3 times
All right.
now,
So
okay?
what are we talking about then, sir?
So we want to see if there's anything we can do to avoid the 365-day suspension.
You're asking me to make the suggestion on how to do that? I'm a little bit confused by
Do we
this.
need
Just a minute, folks. Let's talk about what this is. There have been 4 violations. They're done, okay? There was a hearing to do those. There was an appeal process. This is not to open the door to go back and revisit those things. I mean, the code, to me, is really fairly clear. If there's 4 violations, there's a suspension. I don't know. You're just kind of asking me what can we do? I don't know.
Well,
to be honest.
Someone called me, someone else called me about this whole incident and what's going on. So the only reason that we paid.
Okay, we're now back to the original violations. We're not doing that.
Well, we paid a ticket, said I had a lien on the property, and that's how we got it violated. He said that we didn't.
Okay, we're back to those orders are done. Oh, I'm just telling you. I mean, that's the way. This is not a double process.
You understand, sir? The only thing we want to do for records, as a property management company, we never got those violations.
This again we're back to the original violations. I'm not rehearing the cases. You had a chance to raise those issues so they were either raised or they weren't. Were you at the original hearings?
No.
You weren't at the original hearings.
This is our first time ever coming to hear anything about what's going on.
All right. Well, unfortunately, you missed
So
your.
just for the record, the BCPA indicates a Georgia address for this property, so that's where the notices would have been sent.
That's what's going on right here.
Your Honor, there wasn't a hearing on the previous violations because citations were issued and they paid the citations.
Okay, they paid the fines.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my assistant was nervous. This is.
You didn't contest the violations, right?
No.
Let me just ask you a question. Did you contest the violations?
No.
Okay. So what do you put me in a position? No, stop.
I'm just trying to explain to you what's going on, sir.
Special Magistrate.
What I'm trying to explain to you is we're not going back to the original violation.
Special
You paid
Magistrate.
the fine.
I'm sorry. Just for clarity, so you can kind of understand why you don't have the right now for him to rehear it. Once the citations are paid, you admit guilt. So whether you were here or not, you paid the citations, or you automatically guilty. You accepted the guilt and you closed the violations out. So you didn't have to come to Special Magistrate because you pled guilty via paying the citations. He can't rehear anything you have to say right now.
I thought we were doing the right thing by paying a fine that was.
Yeah, but you have to, on the document, on the second page,
Yeah.
and I know the magistrate wants to move on, but on the second page, it tells you at the very last bulletin that payment of this citation is an admission of guilt. So whoever paid it, next time you just have to read it. So he has to now just determine, based on that, how long he's going to suspend you.
The word "lien" on there scared me, and I'm new here. I'm
You gotta-
from
yeah, you
Atlanta.
gotta give us a call the
So
next time.
I didn't know anything about it, and I spoke to this gentleman. He came to the house, and I spoke to him personally.
We can talk after
Yeah, I
the
got
fact, but for the purpose of this hearing, the magistrate has to determine how long he's going to suspend. He doesn't have really the ability to do anything else outside of that. The code puts him in a bind.
Yeah, but if
We can speak after that.
All right.
It's not going to help you here.
All right, understood. All right.
This is not right.
How much time do you need before the suspension is put in place to prepare for it?
We're not prepared for suspension. I just bought this home.
How much time do you need?
As much time as we can.
Well, how much time I mean, I'll give you a reasonable amount of time to prepare for it.
So
60 days?
Probably need a year.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Thank you. I'm going to impose the suspension. I'm going to grant 60 days for it to go into play. Okay. All right. Thank you, folks.
What the hell, man?
Next case, page 33, Inspector Wanda Acovelo, Lenny Champagne presenting, case number CE 260400908, Case address 1405 Southwest 1st Street, 1 through 3. Owner Gerald George. Posted at the property 6126, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
What? Yes. Good morning, sir. You state your name for the record.
Gerald George.
Okay, thank you.
Leonard Champagne for the City of Fort Lauderdale for case number CE 26040908, 1405 Southwest 1st Street. This property was initially inspected on April 29, 2026, and the following violation was discovered. 15272A. This property is being utilized as a vacation rental without the required certificate of compliance from the city. The advertisement has not been taken down. The city is requesting 15 days to come into compliance or a fine of $1,000 per day thereafter.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I took down the listing. I had it on Airbnb. Furnace Finder, I took down the listing. I told them to take down the list. I told all the sites that I were.
But here's the deal. I just want to make I know you told. I think he's telling me, are they still up? He's saying they're still
As
up.
of Wanda said, it was still up.
As of when?
Wanda, the last time she checked it, it was still up, and that was on June 23rd.
June 23rd, it was still up. Do you know where it was?
Looking at her notes. No, I don't.
They're giving you 15 days to get, but you might want to talk to the code officer, figure out where that ad is, because if it doesn't come down, it's going to be $1,000 a day.
Okay.
So there's one apparently, unless they took it down. What's today? The 25th. They might have taken it down yesterday, but you got to make sure, because if they don't, these fines will kick in.
All right.
So, all right. I'm going to find that the violation exists. I'm going to give the respondent 15 days to come into compliance or face fine. Get with him. Maybe you guys can figure out where it is.
You can call the regular, Wanda
number.
that you talked to before and check. And, when you take it down, also call her and have her look at it, and then she'll be checking it. Okay, so like you said, you have the 15 days.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
15 days at...
What would be $1,000 a day?
Or $1,000 a day thereafter.
That's what the code provides.
After 15 days.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next case, page 7, Inspector Ramon Oliveira. Case number CE 2604048. Case address 2740 Southwest 17th Street. Owner Ava Gunther Gore. Posted at property 6526. Posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Ava Gunter Gore appearing.
Okay. Thank you. Let me hear from the city first, please.
Good morning. Ramon Oliveira, Code Officer for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 260-40478 for the property located at 2740 Southwest 17th Street. The property was first inspected on April 16, 2026, and the following violations were observed. 9-304B. The driveway is in disrepair. The driveway is damaged and has an area of missing asphalt. Furthermore, there is grass growing through the cracks in the driveway. 9-305B. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover on the property and swale area. 9-306, complied. As of a pre-hearing inspection conducted on June 24, 2026, the property is not in compliance. The city is requesting 63 days to come into compliance of section 9-304B and 9-305B, or a fine of $50 per day for each violation thereafter until compliance is met.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Regarding the painting of the exterior wall, that was painted on 5/24/26 by my son-in-law.
Yeah, they just told me that's complied.
That's corrected. And then as far as the driveway and all of the things connected to that, I have a contract with the concrete squad. They have been paid in full, and we're awaiting the permits from the city so that project can be completed.
What about the missing ground cover? The
That
sod?
will be taken care of when the driveway is completed.
Okay, they're talking about 63 days, which would be August 27th.
It's dependent upon the city's
Do you
permitting.
want to do an order to reappear?
We'll do an order to reappear. We're okay.
Well, I'm going to find that the violation exists. I don't think that's in dispute. So they're going to give you I'm going to give you 63 days. which would be August 27th. The order will have a notice to reappear, which will mean that you can come back if you run into a problem.
Yes, sir.
If you comply it, what happens if I do an order to reappear and you comply? You just take it off the agenda,
Then
right?
it just gets taken off.
Okay, so if they comply it, then you don't need to come back. If you run into a problem, you'll be back on that date, and we can see where you're at.
That's terrific. Thank you, sir, very much.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case, page 25, Inspector Muhammad Dayam. Case number CE 2605071, case address 2915 Southwest 15th Ave, owner Fidelis Solutions LLC, posted at property 6326, posted at 1 East Broward, 61526.
Good morning.
Good morning, Leo Sanchez.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Mohammed Dam, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance Officer presenting case and address as read. The inspection was conducted on May 6, 2026, and the following violations were observed. 47-2.2.Q.3, there is a visibility obstruction for motorists of this side triangle at this RD15 zone corner residential property within the 25 feet permitted from street intersection and above the height of 2.5 feet permitted by the ULDR section 47-35.1. There are hedges measuring approximately 140 inches in height located at the corner of Southwest 15th Ave and Southwest 30th Street. 9-205A, there's a growth of landscaping material encroaching upon the public right-of-way sidewalk. This is a repeat violation as per case CE 251000669.
But that's complied, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I still have to read it.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand.
And as such, fines will begin immediately. 9-363 complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 24, 2026. The property remains in violation. The city is requesting 15 days to comply for violations 47-2.2.Q.3 and to impose 100 daily fines on a repeat violation 9-305A, totaling $1,700 for the 17 days the violation was outstanding from May 23, 2025 until June 11, 2025.
Yes, sir.
I registered the property with the city's landlord
That's
registration,
complied. Yeah, we
which
have that
he
complied.
asked me to. I did go out to the property. After I received the violation, I needed a little bit more time. I did thin out. What you can see was encroaching. If you see here, I put a lot of the debris on the swale for bulk pickup, and what is considered hedges are actually trees. I thinned out the trees, but I'm going to need a little bit more time to go back and finish. He wants me to drop the height from 11 feet to 2.5 feet. So.
Yeah, but which I understand. He's looking for 15 days. Can you do that in 15 days?
Yes, sir.
Okay. They're also looking for a fine of $1,700.
$1,700.
For this is a repeat. I'm sorry. This is a repeat violation, which is I'll find that 47-2.2.Q3 exists. They'll be given 15 days to come into compliance or face a fine of how much?
$50 per day.
$50 a day, and then I'll impose a 17-day fine for $100 for each for the repeat violation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Have a good morning.
Next case, page 45, Inspector Bovary Exantos. Case number CE 250-40373. Case address 1355 West Sunrise Boulevard. Owner Field Apartments LLC. First heard 12926 to comply by 32626.
What page? I'm sorry.
45.
45.
Bottom.
Okay. Thank
One
you.
section not complied to $100. $9,100 has accrued. The city is requesting the full amounts and fines continue to accrue.
Good morning.
State your name for the record.
I'm Attorney Karen Williams North. This is, well, you want to state your name?
John Markover Field Jr. and for Field Apartments LLC.
Okay.
Good morning, Magistrate. Officer Exensis on behalf of City of Lauderdale, Community Enhancement. Case number CE 2504-0373. Property address 1355 West Sunrise Boulevard. This case was first heard in January 29, 2026. A magistrate ruled in favor of the city and the property owner was ordered 56 days to comply or fine of $100 per day per violation thereafter. At this time, the parking lot remains in violations. The city is requesting all fines to be imposed and to continue to accrue until the property comes to compliance.
Okay, Special Magistrate, this is a little unusual, this situation. Field Apartments does own the property. However, the tenant, Sailorman, Inc., that signed the lease with the landlord, had agreed pursuant to the lease to be responsible for the repairs, all of that. So as soon as Field Apartments was notified by the city that there were violations, Field Apartments notified the tenant. You have to, do this.
Yeah, but I just want to clarify one thing. That's an arrangement, a private arrangement between, let me finish. It's a private arrangement between the landlord and the tenant. So the tenants aren't a party. However you decided that those responsibilities would be parceled out under the lease, and that seems a little unusual to me, but maybe it's not. I don't know. But it's the property owner that's ultimately responsible.
I understand, but I had to give you the background to come to the point that I'm getting to. That was just the background. That was not the final point.
Okay.
The point was, after we notified the tenant subsequently filed bankruptcy. My client is subject to the rules of the federal bankruptcy court. So the bankruptcy court has put a stay on this matter in terms of my client. My client cannot take any action regarding this property. There's a bankruptcy court order to the tenant, ordering the tenant to comply. My client cannot interfere. He cannot go in and do anything to the property because
a federal bankruptcy order that requires the tenant to comply?
I have a copy of the order. I'll be happy to give it to the court, to the magistrate. And that order was entered in March of 2026.
How much time do you need?
So there are two things we're asking. One is that the fines be suspended, and two, I think there's a hearing on Friday in the bankruptcy court to sanction the tenant for not complying. So at this point, I would ask for 60 days, just so that we don't have to keep coming back and revisiting. And I also want to say that
if you're going to go to the court, you may want to address the court and tell them about this case, which puts your client in this position to give them the ability to correct this on their own.
Actually, I'm very glad you said that, because the bankruptcy attorney and I'm not handling the bankruptcy, have spoken, and one of the things that the bankruptcy attorney wants to do is to subpoena the code officer so he can go to the bankruptcy court and say exactly what you're saying. And in fact, just this morning I heard that she's not allowed to subpoena the code officer, and I've never heard of that.
All right, I'm not getting into it. Okay.
So let's get back on track.
Could I see the bankruptcy court order? I mean, it would be a motion for relief.
I absolutely would be happy to give you a copy of the order.
I mean, the bankruptcy lawyer should know that they can do a motion for relief from stay, and I'm not sure about who told you they couldn't subpoena the code officer.
I was shocked when I heard that. I've been a lawyer for 30-something years. I've subpoenaed police officers, code officers.
Our code officers are subpoenaed all the time. All the time.
So I was shocked when I heard that myself.
That's not correct.
Thank you for saying that on the record. Thank you. Okay, so this is, I highlighted, I'm giving you a copy of the stay. Hold on. And then I'm also giving you a copy of the order. And I highlighted the pertinent section. So the first one is just the briefer version of the bankruptcy law. And it's too extensive for this purpose. I'm not giving you the entire thing. I just give you, and then the order from the bankruptcy court. So we're asking, please, that the fines be suspended and that get 60 days. I will say the tenant did go out and make some of the repairs. The only repair I understand that's not completed are the repairs regarding the parking lot, and they have attempted to remedy that, but not properly. They have been patching it, is my understanding. They have
the parking lot, and my agenda is the parking lot is the only outstanding violation.
Right, but I was just mentioning that they did make attempts to do it, but apparently the attempts are not satisfactory because the city's opinion is that it needs to be completely redone and not just fixed. So I would ask for 60 days.
All right, I'm going to grant it.
Yes, so this order actually says that the debtor has to correct the code violations.
No,
Yeah,
if you see where it's highlighted, let me pull up my copy. If you see where it's highlighted, it's talking about Sailorman. Sailorman is a tenant.
Right. That's what I just said. It says that the tenant is required to remediate the code violations. I do bankruptcy, so I
think you guys are in agreement.
actually handle bankruptcy.
Wait a minute. Can you go back to the microphone?
Motion to compel. You have to motion to compel debtor to remediate code violations is granted.
That's what I just said.
Yes, so that's what I was.
All right, if you can go back to the microphone.
Yeah, so you're agreeing with me. I thought you were saying you were asking my comment.
No, I think both sides are saying that the tenant has to fix it.
That's correct.
So-
That's correct.
Okay,
Okay, I
sounds
thought
good
you
to
were
me.
saying my client. Okay.
All right, so what we're going to do is grant 63 days, which would be August 27th. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time. Let's do a order to reappear, only because I want to see how this works out.
That's okay. 63.
I mean,
days.
hopefully you'll comply. You won't have to come back anyway.
Well, that's
Yeah, all right.
They will do that. 63 days to comply. Thank you, sir.
I'm doing the order to reappear because there's this complication of the bankruptcy court,
Okay.
which is kind of unusual, to say the least.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
hopefully it's complied and we don't have to deal with that, but.
If it's complied, you don't have to come back.
Yes.
Right, I understand. So, the code enforcement officer will.
I'll stay in touch with you.
Sorry.
I will stay in touch with you.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
You what?
I will stay in touch with her.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to have any
Okay. All right, thank you, folks.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
A little bit hearing impaired, so. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 45, Inspector Bulgari Exantos. Case number CE 25040-124. Case address 1301 Northwest 10th Place. Owner
I know.
Smith
I've never had
Medion.
that. I've never had
First
that.
heard 12926 to comply by 32626 and 43026. Three sections not complied at $50. 11,950 is accrued. The city is requesting the full amount and fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. My name is Smith Medion.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning again, your magistrate. Officer Exantis on behalf of City of Fort Lauderdale, Committee Enhancement. Case number CE 2504-0124, property address 1301 Northwest 10th Place. The case was first heard on January 29, 2026, and the magistrate ruled in favor of the city and the property owner was ordered 91 days to comply for violation 9-306, and for the remaining violation, 56 days was ordered, or fine of $50 per day thereafter per violation. At this time, the property remains in violations. The city is requesting all fines to be imposed and to continue to accrue until the property comes to compliance.
The roof is complied, right?
Affirmative.
Okay. So we got the exterior walls, the landscaping, and
There's two remaining violations. So we have exterior building and the landscape. Those are the two remaining violations.
what about the parking on the lawn? That's done?
That's complied.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, I would like to ask for additional days. I'm going to start paying today
What's taking so long?
because I'm the only one that working, so I don't really got money. That's why. But I'm going to start paying today, so can I have some more
How much
days,
time do you
like
need? How much
90 days?
90 days. I thought you were starting paying it today.
Yeah, I'm going to start paying today, but can I have more additional day for the landscaping?
No, I'm not doing 90 days. I mean,
Maybe I could suggest, Your Honor, 63 days with an order to reappear.
Yeah,
So
let's
if you-
do that.
If you're making progress and can do some of it, then the magistrate can.
all right, let's extend it 63 days, be August 27th, with an order to reappear. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time. There are existing fines, even for the one that's complied, that you'll have to deal with, but
Yeah, thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Magistrate.
Next case, page 52, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 250-10552, case address 363 West Dayton Circle, owner Tammy Morgan, first heard 7/24/25 to comply by 9/25/25. 2 suspensions noted in the agenda, 1 section not complied at $50, $4,850 has accrued, and fines continue to accrue.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
My name is Tammy Morgan.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Inspector Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case as read. This case was first presented to the Special Magistrate on 7/24/25, and at that hearing, Special Magistrate Flynn ordered 63 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter. At the Special Magistrate hearing on 11/6/25, Special Magistrate Duty granted an 112-day extension and an order to reappear. At that order to reappear on 2/26, Special Magistrate Duty granted an additional 63-day extension. As a pre-hearing inspection dated 6/23/26, the violation of 9-306, exterior maintenance, remains out of compliance. The property owner is here to speak on behalf of the property.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I ran into some problem with the property, but I'm getting it straightened out. So I'm gonna need an extension so I can finish.
This has been a year, though. It's been a year.
I know.
What can you tell me that makes me think that it's going to concretely be done soon?
Because right now they got me like in the foreclosure and I'm doing a modification on the house. They're gonna give me at least 3 months to approve my modification. Once they do that, then I can start proceeding on the roof and everything else, because I'm taking equity out of the house.
City opposed?
The city is not opposed.
How many days?
That's what I'm working
91?
Yes, that's fine.
All right, 91 days.
Okay, thank you.
That would be that would be September 24th with an order to reappear. I'll suspend the fine during that period of time. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 15, Inspector Rachel Moore. Case number CE 260406667, case address 4721 of Alabama Avenue. Owner FKH SFR C1LP and First Key Homes LLC. Posted at the property 6126, posted at 1 East Broad Road 61526.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning. Virginia Costa on behalf of the owners.
Thank you.
Inspector Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case as read. This property was first inspected on 4/21/26, and the following violations were observed. 18-4(C) is complied. 9-305(B). There are areas of dead and missing ground cover along the swell. 9-363 was complied on 6/5/26. There has been no contact until today made with the property owners concerning the cited violations. And as a pre-hearing inspection dated 6/26/23/26, the property does remain out of compliance. The city is requesting 28 days or $100 per day thereafter.
Yes, ma'am.
We appreciate the 28 days. We can resolve it by then.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, I'll find that the violation exists. It doesn't seem to be in dispute. The respondent will be given 28 days to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day. Good luck to you.
I have 2 more.
Next case, page 26, Inspector Malik Jones. Case number CE 260300173, case address 1612 Northwest 5th Ave. Owner FKH SFR C1LP and First Key Homes. Posted at the property 6426, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Good morning. Code Officer Malik Jones presenting for the City of Fort Lauderdale in reference to case CE 260300173 for the address of 1612 Northwest 5th Avenue. This case was first cited on March 6, 2026 for the following violations. 18-12.A, complied. There is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and or its swell. This is a recurring case, reference case CE 250-60406. This case will be presented to the magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether compliance is met or not. 24-7B, complied. 47-34.1, out A.1, complied. 9-304B, complied. The driveway is stained and dirty. This is a recurring case, reference case CE 250-60406. This case will be presented to the magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether compliance is met or not. 9-308B, complied. There is debris, trash, or another element which is not permanent on the roof. This is a recurring case, reference case CE 250-60406. This case will be presented to the magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether compliance is met or not. The city is seeking a finding of fact for the violations of 18-12.A, 9-304B, and 9-308B.
1812A, 9304B, and 9308B, you're looking finding of fact?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Anything you want to say?
No, sir, I understand that they've complied.
They're looking for a finding of fact that the violation did exist. I'll make that finding of fact of each of the three violations.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next case, page 41, Inspector Karen Proto. Case number CE 251000607, case address 1851 Northwest 28th Ave. Owner FKH SFR Froco BA LLP. First Key Homes LLC. First heard 21026 to comply by 41426. Two sections not complied at $50. $7,200 has accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
Inspector Proto for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case and address is read into the records. At the special magistrate hearing on 2/10/26, special magistrate duly ordered 63 days to comply or $50 a day thereafter per violation. The case is not in compliance. The city is recommending full imposition of fines.
Yes.
Your Honor, we respectfully request at least 30 days to come into compliance. I understand there's issues with the landscape and driveway, and the owners were contacting their vendors and expect to fully comply by 30 days.
City opposed? All right, I'll extend it 28 days. We have their little dates there. 28 days would take us till July 23rd. I'll suspend the fine during that period of time.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all for me.
Next case, page 12, Inspector Muhammad Dayam, case number CE 260-50502, case address 1304 Tangelo Isle, owner Kenneth and Hazel Howard, posted at property 53026, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Morning, sir. State your name for the record, please.
Sorry. Good morning. Paul Minoff, Trip Scott here on behalf of the homeowners.
Okay. Mayor of the city, please.
Good morning. Mohammed Dam, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. The inspection was conducted on May 16th, 2026, and the following violation was observed. 47-34.1.8.1. There is illegal land use occurring at this RS8 zone property. There is a yacht charter business being rendered from this single-family home residence. Multiple yachts are moored at this property and advertised on Flamingo Yacht Charter website, including Chris Craft Catalina 26. This is a repeat violation as per case CE 250900604. And as such, fines will begin immediately. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 20th, 2026. The boat was removed from the website, therefore case is now complied. The city is requesting $1,000 fine for the day the boat was listed on the website.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, as I was talking to the code officer, and unfortunately I don't have the tenant here to testify, he's in Greece. We were here quite a while ago on this. My client, the homeowner, we went on to great lengths to get everything in compliance with the tenant. The tenant has assured my client, and my client has been continuously monitoring these websites to make sure that the boats are not listed. According, and I understand this is hearsay, but this is quasi-judicial, but according to the tenant, there was some glitch in the caching of the website. He swears up and down, and he's not here to do it himself, but that there has not been listed.
Why would he put the boat back up to begin with, since it's not permitted? Let me just finish. I mean, I understand the case, and I might be wrong. This is not a permitted use here.
Right.
There's already a case for it.
Right.
Is it the same tenant that did that prior case?
Yes. And
so why is he putting it back up?
Well, no, he swears he didn't put it back up, and he swears that there was a glitch with the caching of the website, so that when he did get...
What's the time frame between the first case and this one?
The first case was open in September 25.
Okay, a year?
Less than a year.
About a year, roughly. A little less.
Yeah, I mean, and there were multiple, like, he had to get a business license in Miami. He runs a business out of Miami. He has depending on 1 or 2 yachts at the house that are his own. There's dockage in the back. There was listed at one point, my client, the homeowner, we pounded this guy. I don't mean physically, obviously. And he did come into compliance, and we've heard nothing about this. And then this violation came. My client reached out to him. He's been in Greece. His parents live there full time. They're elder. And once in a while, when he's in town, he takes the boat out. But he said it has not been listed and swears this was a glitch. And unfortunately, I don't have...
But when you tell me a glitch, that sounds to me like it was listed, but it wasn't intentional. Is that what you're saying?
No. What I'm saying is that whatever...
Like a glitch in the matrix, is what he's kind of saying.
All right, so if you've ever had an issue with the computer and your IT people will tell you need to clear the cache, which is memory of prior visits, so to speak, to the website, and sometimes it has to be cleared out. So according to the tenant, there was a caching issue so that if you clicked on the link, if you had previously been to the link...
This all goes back to the fact that he did something he wasn't supposed to do in the begin with.
Right, and he...
So, kind of understand your argument. You're saying, well, there's this computer glitch to put it up, and we didn't intend to put it up. He wasn't supposed to be doing this in the first case.
Well, right, and
So maybe this is kind of collateral damage from the first case.
It could be, but we brought the case in...
I think your dispute is with your tenant.
No, well, unfortunately, I don't have them here.
No, I know that, but I'm saying, I'm going to impose the fine, okay? I'm going to impose the fine.
Can we split it and say $500? I mean,
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to start negotiating each case. If I do it with you, I got to do it with everybody. No, I'm going to impose the fine. I'm sorry.
I understand. All right.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Understood. Well, thank you for listening.
Okay.
Have a great day.
All right.
Next case, page 33. Inspector Wanda Ecovello, Lenny Champagne presenting. Case number CE 260400929, case address 1025 Northeast 3rd Ave. Owner, page 33, 2024.
3rd Ave, okay.
Owner, Alexander Stoddard Laws and Dorothy Daniels Billy. Posted at property 61126, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record?
Alexander Stoddard Laws. I'm the homeowner.
Okay.
Leonard Champagne for the City of Fort Lauderdale for case number CE 26040929, 1025 Northeast 3rd Avenue. The property was initially inspected on May 6, 2026, and the following violation was discovered. 15270A, this property is being utilized as a vacation rental without the required certificate of compliance from the city. The city is requesting a finding of fact that the violation did exist.
Yes, sir.
So I did contact Wanda through email saying that I took down the listing, and I sent her proof of the listing. Everything's down. I used Airbnb. It's been down. And I am applying for the certificate, and it was approved, and I paid the $880. I'm just waiting for the Broward tax receipt to send me the fee, and then I should be able to get my inspection, and I should be able to...
Well, what they're asking me to do is to make a finding of fact that the violation exists. I don't think they're looking for a fine to be imposed.
Exactly. The violation, the advertisement has been taken down, so it came into compliance. We're just asking...
But you saw the ad, right? You saw the ad?
Wanda would have seen it in this morning, yeah. So we're just
All
asking
right.
for that.
I'm going to make a finding of fact that the violation exists. There'll be no fine amount.
Can you say that again?
Yeah, well, what they're looking for is a determination that the violation did exist. They're not looking to impose a fine. The reason that they do that is that if there's a violation in the future, it's a repeat violation, which changes the rules. It makes a bigger fine amount. They can act more quickly. So that's what they're doing.
Got it.
I'm going to find that, in fact, the violation doesn't exist. I'm going to accept their recommendation that there be no fine amount. But they're putting you on notice that if it were to happen again, that the consequences are going to be more severe.
Your Honor, I'll talk to him about that.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 38. Inspector Muhammad Dayem, case number CE 250-50761, case address 2500 Southwest 2nd Ave. owner Tarmac America LLC, first heard 8/28/25 to comply by 11/19/25. One suspension noted on the agenda, one section complied with $100. $10,000 has accrued and the city is requesting the full amount.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Edward Ibarra.
Okay. Are you the owner?
I'm a representative.
Okay.
Good morning. Mohammed Dam, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. The case was last heard on February 26, 2026 by Special Magistrate duty. The magistrate granted 91 days extension to comply for violation 9-306 or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on May 29, 2026. The property is in compliance. The city is requesting full imposition of fines in total of $10,000 for the days the property was out of compliance from November 19, 2025 until February 26, 2026.
Yes, sir.
So this fine was requesting the painting of that building that you see there. It's behind our gates. When this matter was first brought up, we went ahead, proceeded with our normal process, got quotes for the painting, for repair of some damages on the wall there that needed to be fixed. Overall,
I'm sorry, sir. Sir, on the phone? Sir, you have to take your calls outside.
So go ahead.
Overall, the quotes came back in the range of $40,000 to $50,000, which requires that we go through our capital expenditure process. So that requires us to prepare the quotes, send them over to our parent companies in Greece for approval. They go up the chain here in Titan America first, and then overseas where they get approved in, call them batches when they do these approvals. So that delayed the process. What we did before that was some pressure cleaning of the exterior fence, of the walls. At the time, we did not hear back from the city and assumed that that was adequate. Obviously, that was mistaken.
Well, this was here in February.
Yes,
I
sir.
think I granted the extension.
Correct. Yes, sir.
So you must have been here in February.
Correct,
And
sir.
I granted you, based on our discussion, additional time to take care of it. So when did it come into compliance?
It came into compliance May 29th. The violations, the fines were running before February 26th.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So,
But I suspended the fines during
yes,
that period of time?
and they
Correct,
complied
sir.
within that.
Okay,
91
there's
days.
a $10,000 fine. I'm going to impose the fine, but there's an amnesty program you can apply for after you come into compliance to get that fine reduced.
Okay.
Okay, I think you probably want to talk to staff about how to do that. Okay.
I understand. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Next case, page 44, Inspector Bernstein Sambert, case number CE 25110-148, case address 1542 Northwest 17th Street, owner Best Quad Inc. and Chen Weicho. First heard 1/29/26 to comply by 2/26/26. One section complied to $100. $11,200 has accrued, and the city is requesting admin cost of $460.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Could you state your name for the record, please?
My name is Arnold Vargas. I am representing the owner
Okay.
as a property manager.
Okay.
Senior Inspector Bernstein Sambert for the City of Lauderdale Community Enhancement, presenting case number CE 25110-148, property address 1542 Northwest 17th Street. 9-304B complied. This property was out of compliance for a number of days. However, the property is well maintained. Somehow, some way, there was a miscommunication by the owners. But as soon as they got the notice, they basically took it within the next 48 hours to comply the violation. So the city is going to request administrative costs of $460.
Yes, sir. Anything you want to add to that? They're
Yes.
asking me to waive the $11,200 fine, which I'm inclined to do. They've got administrative costs of $460. I'm inclined to grant them that.
Okay. I would also add if there's a way to discount the $460 administrative cost.
I know that's kind of a low administrative cost. I've been doing it here for a little bit, and they're usually much higher than that. I'm going to impose the administrative cost.
Okay.
How much time do you need to pay them?
A week. I need to get in contact with
30
the
days?
owner.
30 days?
Okay.
Does that sound good? All right.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Inspector.
Next case, page 14, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 260307556, case address 230 Southwest 30th Ave, owner Jean John, just posted at the property 6126, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Good morning, ma'am. You state your name for the record, please. You state your name.
Jenny Jean.
Okay, thank you. We'll hear from the city, please.
Inspector Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case as read. This property was first inspected on 3/17/26, and the following violations were observed. 18-1, there is roof storage in the carport consisting of but not limited to furniture, boxes, sofa pads, and other miscellaneous items at this property that is creating a public nuisance. It is being maintained in such a manner that the property is or may adversely affect and impair the economic welfare of adjacent properties. 18-12 parentheses A is complied. 47-34.1.A.1, there is illegal land use occurring at this RS8 residential single-family low medium density zone property, consisting of but not limited to mattresses, a wooden crate, pallets, buckets, ladders, and other miscellaneous items being covered with blue tarps. Contact was made with the property owner regarding the cited violation, and additional time to come into compliance was given. As the pre-hearing inspection dated 6/23/26, the property does remain out of compliance. The city is requesting 28 days or $100, or $50 per day thereafter.
For both?
Yes. Per day per violation.
Right.
Yes, sir.
ma'am.
The first time I saw her, I explained to her the mattress. That's the way I do my business. I do shipping to Haiti. I remove them. I put everything in the storage. There was some propane. When she come back to put that violation at my door, I was at work. There was no mattresses. There was only one mattress left. The reason why, because I do cushion. I want the sponge just to make some cushion. That was before. But when she come back to put the violation, there wasn't there. And because my phone is mixed up, I take some pictures the same day she put that at my door. But my phone is mixed up. I have a new phone. I cannot retrieve the pictures to bring to the city.
I think you're telling me you think you're in compliance. Is that what I'm hearing?
When she talked to me regarding...
Is the stuff still there? Is it still there, the stuff?
No, those stuff is not in the property.
My pre-hearing inspection dated the 23rd. That's what's there.
Can you go back to the pictures that shows the things? Okay, that stuff can't stay.
No, that was before. They're not here anymore.
No,
only sofas remain on the. It's on one of the photos for my pre-hearing inspection.
But the second time when you come back, they're not here anymore.
Just a minute. Let's get to the 23rd.
That's the 23rd. As you see, there's still sofas out there.
I can't really see.
Which
but
aren't allowed.
I need a chair to sit. I'm a disabled person.
Yes. And that's there.
I cannot have any chair at all in the cupboard.
You can have patio furniture.
Huh?
Patio furniture. Chairs made for the outside. Those are sofas. Those are sofas, and that's under the store. That's under a carport, but there are items outside still.
No, that's only the two chairs.
Yeah. That's what's left.
This has to go. I get that. Is there something in the roof or something?
No, there's some stuff. That's roof storage, and that's outside.
No,
that.
in there.
She still has mattresses out there.
It's because I'm waiting on the truck to put the mattress outside.
I know, but it's still there, so that's why it's still a violation.
There you go.
Why don't you come look at the pictures? This is what happened.
No, he zoomed it. He zoomed it.
See all that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
He zoomed
I'm
it.
waiting on I don't want to put them early because I'm waiting on the first Monday of the month, which is next month coming up, to put them outside.
All right, so how many days are you looking for?
The city is requesting 28 days or $50 per day per
Can you get rid of it
violation.
in 28 days?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Thank
All right.
you. Thank you so
I'm going to
much.
find that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 28 days for each violation or a fine of $50 a day. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 24, Inspector Muhammad Dayem. Case number CE 260400516, case address 2765 Northwest 19th Street. Owner Young Chung, posted at the property 52926, posted at 1 East Broward, 61526.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You state your name for the record, please.
Oret Alexander Nelson.
Okay, thank you. Who's the owner?
Young Chung.
You're here representing
I'm
him?
representing him.
Is this the owner in the back
He's
here?
here, but he's not, no English.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Good morning, Mohammed Dam, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. The inspection was conducted on May 16th, 2026, and the following violations were observed. 18-12A, complied. 47-19.5.E.7, complied. 47-21.9.M, section of this B3 county vacant lot have no lawn cover as required. BCZ 39-296, there is illegal land use occurring at this property. The vacant lot is being used to store vehicles, buses, trailers, and commercial trucks. This is a prohibited use for B-3 county zone property per section 39-295. This is a recurring violation as per case CE 22090184. BCZ 39-83D, there is a signage structure erected at this B3 county zone property without obtaining the required permit from City of Fort Lauderdale. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted in June 24, 2026. The property remains in violation. The city is requesting 63 days to comply for all remaining violations or a fine of $100 per day per violation thereafter.
I have to ask you a question. It says county lot. This isn't the unincorporated area, is it?
It's annexed area. So if there is no City of Fort Lauderdale codes, we need to use the county codes.
All right, I'm seeing the reference to the county codes.
Correct. But it's annexed as part of City of Fort Lauderdale.
But I'm sorry?
It's an annexed area as part of City of Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, okay. I'll talk to you about it. Maybe you could I'm just surprised if it's been annexed, it's in the city of Fort Lauderdale then, right?
Right.
Then why wouldn't is there a grandfather clause or why wouldn't the city, it's just a technical point I'm trying to
As
understand.
per zoning, they did not incorporate these areas into our ordinances, so we're still using Broward County.
Okay.
Unlike
Okay.
other cities, other areas like Melrose Park where we incorporated their ordinance into ours. In
Okay.
this area, it's still, Rock Island is still.
It's not common, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, just wondered, thank you.
Sir, could I just ask you, if the property owner doesn't speak English, how are you authorized to speak on his behalf? Like, who are you?
I'm the tenant and I'm also the contractor that developed up the place.
Okay, and do you speak Chinese?
No, I don't speak.
So I just want to make sure that the property owner is properly represented without a power of attorney. So how are you communicating with the property owner if he doesn't speak English and you don't speak Chinese?
No, he speaks English, but his English is not very well.
Okay.
I understand him very well.
Well, yeah.
And
Why don't you come up? Why don't you come up, sir?
Sir, yeah.
So I just.
Yeah, we just want to
Can
make.
you just step aside for a second? Thank you. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Yeah, I'm sorry, and I'm not good English.
No, I got
and,
it.
But when I talk to him.
Yeah, but can you state your name?
My name is Young Jung.
And you're the owner, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you can let the tenant speak for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Just if you could maybe just stay close. If you could stay close, that would be good.
Stay close.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just want to make sure. Thank
Yes, ma'am.
So, what are we going to do here?
Well, we're just gonna, just what you was talking about, it's kind of like what held up that project for almost 3-4 years. I guess Broward County, there was a comment regarding the surface water. So it's been 3-4 years now we're trying to get that permit for surface water. And Broward County, they hold it up for a long time. Every time they have different comments.
I'm sorry, maybe here's the deal. It looks to me like one violation is you're storing the vehicles there.
Oh, well, that's not really, well, those are construction vehicles with materials to move forward with the project. So right now, I think the permit expired. I just renewed that. I'm waiting for the civil engineer to change the floor plan from asphalt to something that's
I think he's
usable.
making the argument that the vehicles are part of a construction project.
Yeah, they're
just a minute. Just a minute. I'm asking the city. Does that make sense?
As you can
to
see in the photos, there is trailers.
Yeah,
There was
quite
a
a
school
construction
buses.
project.
There were multiple stuff stored.
Special Magistrate. No. Go ahead, Rhonda. I'm sorry.
Me? Oh, thank you. I'm sorry, I'm still a little confused. So you said you were the tenant, but it's a vacant lot. So,
No, it's a construction site, really. It's not really a vacant lot. It's under development. I'm just waiting for surface water for Broward County to grant me that permit for surface water so it can move forward. However, the drawing, everything was expired. So my engineer said, let's change the plan to something that we don't have to use the asphalt. So we're going to put on the plan where we can keep a surface that the water don't have to go outside.
Okay, forget the water for a minute.
Yeah.
It's the vehicles that I want to talk
Oh,
about.
yeah, the vehicles.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to make the argument it's a construction site and therefore the vehicles.
Yeah.
Special
Can you
Magistrate.
address that?
Special Magistrate.
Yeah.
What work are you guys going to do there that requires? Travis, go back.
Yeah, it's an awful lot of vehicles.
That requires a boom truck with a boom that goes up to electrical lines, and it looks like it's a food truck there. There's a box truck there. There's a little red car there. There's multiple vehicles, and none of them look like.
It doesn't really look like a construction vehicle.
And what work are you going to
Does
do there?
it to you?
Because
Well-
we only see a fence permit. So what work is going to happen there?
All right. If we're developing the place. It's supposed to be a dealership, and it was a 1,200 square foot building was approved first.
Okay,
And then,
how much time do you need to come into compliance?
if I get 60 days, I'll do it. I'm
Special
good.
Magistrate, I think we'll be opposed to a 60-day extension because I don't think that he's established.
No,
that,
this is the original case.
I'm sorry, I'll be opposed to a 60-day, giving him 60 days. I think we need to give him 28 days unless he can establish that he's actually doing construction work there.
I got the permit approval right here.
The permit is
All
applied
right,
for
do
the
me a
record.
favor. I mean, the inspector asked for.
Yeah, I'm gonna-
Can
as
you
a-
do this? Can we do this? Can you guys go to the back of the room and maybe figure out and give me what you think? I think he's going to try to show you something. See if you think. it's
Special Magistrate, it's 28 days. We've already checked the system. I don't think we need more than 28 days.
28
I
days
went
is
down
fine.
this. I went down
You can do it
19th
in
Street
28 days?
personally.
Yeah, I appreciate 28 days.
All right, if everybody agrees with 28, why am I to disagree?
Thank you.
28 days would be July 23rd, or a fine of $100 per day per violation.
Okay.
Does
Thank
the
you,
owner
Your
of the
Majesty.
property know that? Can you ask him? Can you come forward? Do you understand what just happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand.
28
Yeah,
days?
28 days. and
Because
he
he's
stay
the
with you.
tenant. He's not a party to this.
See what
You're
I'm
the
saying?
party, okay? So you have 28 days to rectify this, okay?
I got to check for him.
Well, yeah.
All right.
All right,
Thank
thank
you
you.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 46. Inspector Bovary Exantos, case number CE 250-80636, case address 1613 Northwest 15th Court, owner No Nonsense Investor LLC, first heard 12926 to comply by 32626. 3 sections not complied at $50, $13,650 has accrued. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, sir. State your name for the record, please.
My name is Robinson Julian, and I'm with No Nonsense Investor.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning again, Your Magistrate Officer Exantis on behalf of the City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement. Case number CE 2508-0636, property address 1613 Northwest 15 Court. This case was first heard on January 29, 2026, and the magistrate ruled in favor of the city, and the property owner was granted 56 days to comply with all the violations, or a fine of $50 per day thereafter per violation. At this time, the property remains in violation. The city is requesting full imposition of fines, and the fines to continue to accrue until the compliance is met.
So the outstanding violations are 9-280B, right?
Correct.
9-305B, right?
Correct.
And 9-306.
Affirmative.
Okay, just give me 1 second here. Yes, sir.
Yes, this is the first notice that I've ever got. I'm hearing that it was a hearing back in January that I was not aware of and I didn't come to. So,
Well, they usually, how did you send notice? Usually they send certified mail and they post the property.
That is correct, Your Honor. So property was posted and property was also certified mailed.
this is the first notice that I got.
Well,
that was like
They
3
posted the property.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, so.
And I want to correct the issues. And I'm hearing that as a fine. How much is the fine?
There are 3 fines at $4,550 each.
Wow.
The notice goes to West Palm Beach.
Yeah, my son lived there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good.
Let me know of anything. I didn't get any notice.
But your son might have.
Okay.
All right. How much time do you need to correct the violations?
I would say 60 days.
How many days? 63?
Yeah, that would be fine.
Are you opposed to 63 days?
No, Your Honor. The city will not be opposed to a 63 days extension.
Okay. The issue that you have, you got some outstanding fines. You're going to have to deal with those after it comes into compliance. I'll extend the time 63 days, which would be August 27th. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
Okay.
But you got the existing ones you're going to have to deal with when it's taken care of. But,
okay.
But there's a program to do that. So.
I would like to talk with the inspector.
Sure,
so
sure. Yeah, you can
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank
you, Your Honor.
I just wanted to state, the property was posted in January 16th, and in the file is the proof of the certified mail, which went to the West Palm Beach address.
Okay, probably went to his son. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. No, I do appreciate that a lot, actually.
Next case, page 8, Inspector Karen Proto. Case number CE 260402226. Case address 2551 Northwest 16th Street. Owner Felix Clark. Posted at property 61026. Posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. The name is Felix Clark.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Northwest 16th Street.
Okay, it's the other one. Okay, no problem. Inspector Proto for the City of Fort Lauderdale, case and address is read. The property was inspected on 4/8/26, and the following violations were observed. 9-278E, there are hurricane shutters covering the windows on this occupied residential property. 9-304B, the paved driveway is in disrepair, has stains and cracks, and requires cleaning, repair, and resurfacing. 9-306, the exterior walls have not been properly maintained throughout the property. The exterior walls are brown, yellowing with stains, and the fascia boards have stains and peeling paint. An inspection report was posted on 4/8/26. A notice of hearing was posted on 6/10/26. As of pre-hearing inspection on 6/22, the violations remain as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 10 days for violation 9-378E, or $50 a day. The city is also requesting 63 days for violations 9-304 and 9-306, or $50 a day thereafter for each violation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I need at least 63 days to get it done.
Well, the city's looking to give you 63 days on the driveway and the exterior walls. I think the hurricane shutters, they're looking for 10 days.
Yeah, I'll open them.
Can you get those down in 10 days?
Yeah, I just got to open them, the shutters.
Oh, okay. Okay, that'll be easy. All right, I'm going to find that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 10 days for 9278E, 63 days, which would be August 27th. For the remaining violations, or a fine of $50 a day for each one. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank everyone.
All right, do you guys want to take a break? What do you want to do? Want to keep going?
Keep going. This concludes cases with respondents.
Yeah. You want to keep going take a 5-minute break, or keep going? What do you want to do? I guess we'll keep going. What do you want to do? You going to leave?
I'm going to
keep going. Okay. All right, maybe we'll get out of here then. All right, let's go.
Page 5.
Good luck to you.
First case, page 5, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 260405448. Case address 2535 Northwest 19th Street, owner SCC Property Holdings and Management LLC, posted at the property 52926, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Good morning. Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale Senior Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. This property was first inspected on April 20th, 2026, and given time to correct for the following violations. 25-24B1C is complied. 47-21.9M, sections of this vacant lot have no lawn cover as required. 47-22.9 is complied. The city is requesting compliance within 30 days or receive a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Okay, have you heard from them?
No, not at all.
Okay. All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, the violation exists. The respondent will be given 30 days to come into compliance or face a fine of, what was the fine amount?
$100 per day.
28 days to come into
28, fine. Yeah, 28.
Or a fine of, I forgot what the fine
$100 per day.
$100 a day.
Next case, page 8. Inspector Bovary-Exantis. Case number CE 260408891. Case address 1451 Northwest 21st Street, A through C. Owner Eugene and Florette Germain. Posted at the property 6526. Posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Good morning again, your Magistrate Officer Exantis on behalf of City of Lauderdale Community Enhancement. Case number CE 26040891, property address 1451 Northwest 21st Street. The property was first inspected on April 29, 2026, and the following violation was observed. Violation 15-28. The business apartment building at this location is operating without a current year business tax receipt. A notice of hearing was posted on the property on June 5th, 2026, and a pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 24th, 2026, revealed as depicted on the photos. The city is requesting 15 days to comply or a fine of $200 for each day thereafter. $250, I'm sorry.
15 days, $250.
15 days, $250.
All right, I've got to ask a question, but the city attorney isn't here. This is for failure to have a business, basically your occupational license, right?
Affirmative, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
That is correct.
Yeah, I thought that the statute provided that it was a one-time fine of $250 under Florida statute. Does anybody know?
Special Magistrate, if I'm not mistaken, oh, Pat's right there. Pat can answer that question for you.
Hi, Pat Gavin, Senior Code Compliance Officer. I'm also a Master Business Tax Official. So you were asking about state statute?
I thought the state statute provided a cap that basically was a one-time fine of $250 for failure to have an occupational license. What I call an occupational license.
Well, the $250 is the fine through the business tax. He's going after them as a code violation.
For failure to have the business tax.
Exactly, yes, for violating section 15-28.
I think what he's saying, Special Magistrate, is that business tax can assess a penalty in the amount of not to exceed $250. We access, I guess, a punitive penalty for not having it
I know
on the
what
municipal
no,
side.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I do. Okay. All right.
The $250 is after it hasn't been paid for 150 days. So it's when they're renewing their business tax, they get that fine.
And if you want Special Magistrate, we can qualify this guy here if you want, so you can be comfortable. But I think he teaches at FABTO, and
No, I
so we're
will
confident.
tell you this though. I mean, I do it in a number of cities. I'm not going to disagree with you.
Yeah.
This is how you do it. This is how I'll do it. I will have to tell you a number of cities that have been in. They impose a one-time fine of $250. So I guess that's an issue we can address on another day. But
Okay.
I'll accept the recommendation. I'll find that the violation exists, that the property's been posted, and they'll be given 15 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $250 a day.
Next case, Inspector Bobary Exantus, case number CE 260509294, case address 1609 Northwest 15th Ave, owner Virginia and Kwang Do, posted at property 6526, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Morning again, your Magistrate Officer Exentis on behalf of City of Lauderdale Community Enhancement. Case number CE 26050294, property address 1609 Northwest 15th Avenue. The property was first inspected on May 9, 2026, and the following violation was observed. Violation 9-304B. There is vehicle parked on the long grass area. The gravel driveway is worn through. Grass and weeds is growing through it. A notice of hearing was posted on the property on June the 5th, 2026, and the pre-hearing inspection was conducted yesterday, June 24th, 2026, revealed as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 28 days to comply or fine of $50 per violation for each day thereafter.
Okay. Have you heard from them?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. I met with the property owner on the 17th this month. We spoke and I explained the violation to him.
All right. Thanks. Great. All right. I'll find that the violation exists. I'll find there's notice. The respondent will be given 28 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Next case, page 8, Inspector Karen Proto, case number CE 260400029, case address 2308 Northwest 15th Court, owner Grace Jenkins, posted at the property 6126, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Inspector Proto, City of Fort Lauderdale, case and address is read. The property was inspected on 4/2/26 and the following violations were observed. 9-304B, there are vehicles, trailers parked on the grass lawn area. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. An inspection report was posted on 4/2/26. Notice of hearing was posted on 6/1/26. As of pre-hearing inspection on 6/22, the violations remained as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 10 days or $50 a day for violation 9-304B. The city is also requesting 28 days or $50 a day for violations 305A.
All right. I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violations exist. The respondent will be given 10 days for 9-304B, 28 days for 9-305B, or a fine of $50 for each violation per day. Thank you.
Next case, page 11, Inspector David Goodrum Jr., case number CE 260300435. Page 11, next case, page 11, Inspector Aleda Mesa, case number CE 260300519, case address 3030 Northeast 20th Terrace 1 through 7, owner 20 Terrace Inc., posted at property 61726, posted at 1 East Broward 61526. The case is closed.
Closed.
Yes.
Next case, page 12, Inspector Aleda Mesa, case number CE 2603120, case address 4819 Northeast 21st Ave, owner Ann Elliott, and Ann Elliott Revocable Trust, posted at the property 52926, posted at 1 East Broward, 61526.
Officer Mesa, number 350 for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 26031200, address 4819 Northeast 21st Avenue. An inspection of the property was conducted March 27, 26, with violations cited as follows. 472020H, there are parking facilities that have not been maintained at this RMM 25 property. There are misaligned wheel stops, faded striping, and pitted asphalt. 9280H1, the fence at the property is not being maintained as required. There are areas of discoloration and deterioration. 9-306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing peeling paint. 9-308B, the roof is discolored. There is another element which is not permanent part of the roof, or part of the building, excuse me. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted 6/24/26, finding violation remained. The city requests as follows. 472020H, compliance within 63 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. 928-280H1, excuse me, compliance within 28 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
I'm sorry, Leda.
Yeah?
There's no photos in that case.
Can we recall the case? I might have had issue with the upload.
No problem.
Case page.
Wait a minute, is the problem is the pictures aren't loading, or that there are no pictures?
There's no photos uploaded to our system yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I may have had just an issue with connection. I'll go
No problem.
refresh.
Wait, do you have another case
You
though?
have another case? Yes.
There's two of them back to back.
With the same thing?
Yeah.
Do you have another case though, or just
Yes, they're it
all
would
of
be
them
the
the same?
next- It's just two.
Okay, just go to the next officer.
Going back to page 11, Inspector David Goodrum Jr., case number CE 260-30435, case address 809 East Las Olas Boulevard, owner Grace Lee LLC, posted at the property 6126, posted at 1 East Broward, 61526.
Good morning.
Inspector David Goodrum for City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 260-30435, property address 809 East Las Olas Boulevard. This property was first inspected March 10th, 2026, and the following violations were observed. 47-22-9, signs including one awning sign, one hanging projecting blade sign, window signs, graphic signs, and an A-frame sign was present and erected on this REC EM zone area without the required permits. Pre-hearing conducted on June 11, which revealed that the violations remain. The city is requesting 63 days for compliance of section 47-22-9 or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Have you heard from them?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 63 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day.
Next case, page 14, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 260-50134, case address 713 West Dayton Circle, owner Tiffany Beal, posted at property 6326, posted at 1 East Broward, 61526, case is closed.
Closed, okay.
Page 15, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 260-40702, case address 2771 Southwest 3rd Street, owner Eli Cyril, posted at the property 6126, posted at 1 East Broward, 61526, case is closed.
Okay. Noted for the record.
Next case, page 16, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 260-40255, case address 2010 Southwest 23rd Terrace, owner Todd and Christine Irwin, posted at the property 61026, posted at 1 East Broward, 61526.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 260-40255 for the property located at 2010 Southwest 23 Terrace. This case was first cited on April 20, 2026 for the following violation. 47-34.4.B.1 is complied. There is overnight parking of a commercial vehicle at this property. The commercial vehicle is a six-wheeled truck with a dealer license plate from Massachusetts reading 2627. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 25050086. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 22 and all the violations were complied. The city is seeking a finding of fact for violation 47-34.4.b.1.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. I'll make a finding of fact that the violation did in fact exist.
Next case, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 260404333, case address 3341 Southwest 17th Street, owner Robert Favreau, post of the property 61026, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 260404333 for the property located at 3341 Southwest 17th Street. This case was first cited on April 15, 2026 for the following violations. 18-1, there is storage of items including but not limited to boxes, totes, tires, and other miscellaneous items at this property that is creating a public nuisance. It is being maintained in such a manner that the property is or may reasonably become infested or inhabited by rodents, vermin, or other wild animals, or may furnish a breeding place for mosquitoes. 47-39.A.1.B6B. There is outdoor storage occurring at this RS-6.85B zoned property. The outdoor storage is items including but not limited to totes, coolers, plastic drawers, grills, tires, and items that are covered in tarps and other miscellaneous items. This is a recurring violation. Refer to case number CE 21080-271. This case will be presented to the special magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether or not the violation complies prior to the hearing date. 9-280H1. The wood fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. There are some slats that are leaning and plant material is growing over the fence. 9-306. The side walls on the east and west side of the building have black stains and plant material growing on them. Areas of the fascia on the front of the building have missing paint. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on June 22 and all of the violations remained. The city is seeking a compliance deadline of 15 days for violations 18-1 and 47-39.A.1.B6B and a compliance deadline of 63 days for violations 9-280H1 and 9-306, or a fine of $50 per day per violation to run thereafter.
Have you heard from the property owner?
I met him once at the property, and he just said he would try to get work done.
Okay. All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violations exist. For 18-1 and 47-39A1B6, there'll be 15 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day for each violation. For 9-280H1 and 9-306, 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day per violation.
Next case, page 17, Inspector Muhammad Dayam. Case number CE 260408050. Case address 834 Southwest 28th Street. Owner Premium Solutions LLC. Posted at property 61026. Posted at 1 East Broward 61526. Yes. Case is closed. Next case, Inspector Matthew Flesher. Case number CE 260508881. Case address 2091 Southwest 36th Street Terrace. Owner A&R Paving Solutions LLC. Posted at property 61026. Posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
This is Matthew Flesher for the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance, presenting case number CE 260508881 for the property located at 2091 Southwest 36th Terrace. This case was first cited on May 27, 2026 for the following violations. 18-12A is complied. There is overgrowth on this property and its swale. This is a repeat violation. Refer to case number CE 250904771. Fines shall begin to accrue immediately. Fines shall run daily until compliance is met. This case will be presented to the special magistrate whether or not compliance is met to impose the fines accrued. Inspections were conducted on May 27, June 1, June 3, June 9, June 10, and was complied on June 11. The city is seeking an immediate fine of $150 per day, a total of $750 for the 5 days the grass was observed to be overgrown.
All right. I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested regarding the violation. I'll note that the violation existed for how many days? 7 days?
5 days.
5 days. I'll impose a fine of $750.
Can you repeat the days for me?
Yes. May 27, June 1, June 3, June 9, and June 10 were the days it was observed to be out of compliance.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next case, page 18, Inspector Muhammad Dayem, case number CE 251100367, case address 1416 Southwest 30th Street, 1 through 2, owner James Levin, posted at the property 52126, posted at 1 East Broward, 61526.
Mohammed Dam, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. The inspection was conducted on November 13th, 2025, and the following violations were observed. 18-12A, there is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and its swale. 18-4C, complied. 47-20.13.B.1.B, the gravel on the swale is not in a well-graded condition. The gravel is worn out, and there are weed, grass growing through it. 9-280H1, the chain link fence in the front of this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. The fence is leaning forward with vines, plants growing through it. 9-304B, complied. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. 9-306, complied. 9-313A, property is not identified by approved address numbers. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on May 23rd, 2026. The property remains in violation. The city is requesting 15 days to comply for violation 18-12A and 9-313A, and 63 days to comply for all remaining violations, or a fine of $50 per day per violation thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 15 days for 18-12A and 9-313A, or a fine of what, $50 a day?
$50 per day.
$50 a day. 63 days for the remaining violations, or $50 a day per violation.
Okay, next case, page 19, Inspector Muhammad Dayem, case number CE 260300187, case address 1484 Southwest 32nd Court, A through B, owner Bootlick Management LLC and Clifford Lafreniere, posted at property 52926, posted at 1 East Broward, 61526.
Mohammed Dam, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. The inspection was conducted on November 13th, 2025, and the following violations were observed. 18-4C, complied. 9-304B, the driveway is not being maintained as required. The pavers are cracked, faded, and stained. The asphalt approach is worn out with multiple cracks. 9-306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and or missing peeling paint. 9-308A, roof is not in a good repair and is not weather or watertight. There is a tarp or other material that is not part of the roof. 9-363, the free landlord application has not been submitted or is incomplete. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted in June 20th, 2026. The property remains in violation. The city is requesting 63 days to comply for all violation. No, 63 days to comply for 9-304B, 9-306, 9-908A, and 15 days for 9-363, or a fine of $50 per day per violation thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 15 days for 9-363, 63 days for the remaining violations, $50 per day per violation.
Next case, page 21, Inspector Muhammad Dayem, case number CE 260400318, case address 815 Southwest 28th Street, owner Edmundo Riviera and Gladys Barrientos, posted at the property 52926, posted at 1 East Broward, 61526.
Mohammed Dam, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. The inspection was conducted on April 11th, 2026, and the following violations were observed. 15-228, the business Rivera's property maintenance at this location is operating without a current year tax receipt. 18-12A complied. 26-129A4 complied. 47-21.9.K, decorative stone or gravel is being utilized at this RS8 zone property in excess of the maximum 10% of the total landscape area. 47-34.1.A.1 complied. 47-5.17 withdrawn. 9-280H1 complied. 9-304B, there are vehicles parked on the lawn. The concrete driveway is not maintained as required. The concrete is stained and cracked. The asphalt approach is in disrepair with potholes and cracks. 9-305, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas on the swale and front side yards of dead and missing ground cover. 9-306 complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted in June 20th, 2026. The property remains in violation. The city is requesting 63 days for violation 15-28 or a fine of $250 per day thereafter, and 63 days for all remaining violations or a fine of $50 per day per violation thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 63 days for 15-28 or a fine of $250 per day. They will be given 63 days for the remaining violations or a fine of $50 a day.
Next case, page 23, Inspector Muhammad Dayem, case number CE 260400517, case address 2731 Northwest 19th Street, owner H. Wesley Johnson Revocable Trust and H. Wesley Johnson Trustees, posted at the property 52926, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Mohammed Dayem, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. The inspection was conducted on May 16th, 2026, and the following violations were observed. 18-12A, there's overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris in this property and its swale. This is a recurring violation as per case CE 25050199. 47-20.20.H, there are parking facilities that are not maintained at this B3 zone property. The asphalt is stained, worn out, and uneven. Stripping is faded, and some wheel stops are missing. BCZ 39-133E1, there are areas of the exterior walls that have stains and or missing peeling paint. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted in June 24th, 2026. The property remains in violation. The city is requesting finding of fact on 18-12A and 63 days to comply for all remaining violations or a fine of $100 per day per violation thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The violation exists. For 18-12A, I'll make a finding of fact. I'll note that it's in compliance. The remaining violations, there'll be, what was it, 63 days?
63 days,
63
$100.
days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 a day.
Next case, page 24, Inspector Muhammad Dayem, case number CE 260500100, case address 1319 Avocado Isle, owner Douglas Frangillo, posted at the property 6126, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Mohammed Dayem, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. The inspection was conducted on May 6, 2026, and the following violations were observed. 18-12A, there's overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris in this property and its swale. This is a recurring violation as per case CE 25080368. 9-304B, the driveway is not being maintained as required. There's weed, grass growing through it. This is a recurring violation as per case CE 25080368. 9-305A complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted in June 20th, 2026. The property is in compliance. The city is requesting finding of fact on recurring violation 18-12A and 9-304B.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested regarding the existence of the violation. I'll make a finding of fact for 18-12A and 9-304B. Is 9-305A complied?
Yes.
Okay.
Next case, page 25, Inspector Muhammad Dayem, case number CE 260500681, case address 1515 Southwest 27th Court, owner Wengo Lin, posted at the property 53026, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Mohammed Dayem, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. as read, the inspection was conducted on May 22nd, 2026, and the following violations were observed. 18-12A, there is trash, rubbish, and debris in this property and its swale. This is a repeat violation as per case CE 250900542, and as fines will begin immediately. 25-4 complied. 47-34.1.A.1, there is illegal land use occurring at this RD15 zone property. Outdoor storage consisting of, but not limited to, gas cans, furniture, and miscellaneous items. This is a repeat violation as per case CE 250900542, and as such, fines will begin immediately. 47-34.4.A.1 complied. 9-205B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas on the swale of a dead and missing ground cover, and grass on front lawn has been replaced with the gravel. This is a recurring violation as per case CE 250900542. 9-363, the free landlord application has not been submitted or is incomplete. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted in June 24th, 2026. The property remains in violation. For repeat violations 18-12A and 47-34.1.A, the city is requesting to impose one-time $200 fine for each violation, totaling $400 for the day the violations were outstanding. For the remaining violations, the city is requesting 28 days to comply or $100 per day per violation thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony to the city is uncontested. So for 1812A, it's complied, but you want a one-time fine of $200. Is that right?
Correct.
47-34-1A1 complied, but you want a one-time fine of $200.
Correct.
9305B, 28 days or $100 a day. 9-363, 28 days or $100 a day.
Correct.
Okay, so ordered.
Thank you.
Thank you. Did you get all that? Okay.
Next case, page 27, Inspector Malik Jones, case number CE 25120-642, case address 350 Northwest 17th Place, owner CWM Homa LLC, posted at the property 61326, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Good morning, Code Officer Malik Jones. Can you just repeat the case number for me again, please?
It ends in 642.
642, okay. Code Officer Malik Jones presents for the City of Fort Lauderdale in reference to case number CE 251-20642 for the address of 350 Northwest 17th Place. This case was first cited on January 7, 2026 for the following violations. 18-1, complied. 18-12.A, there is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on the property and or its swell. This is a recurring case, reference case CE 220-90584. This case will be presented to the magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether compliance is met or not. 47-34.1.A.1 complied. 9-304, there are oil stains, cracks, and discoloration on the driveway. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. This is a recurring case, reference case CE 220-90584. This case will be presented to the magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether compliance is met or not. 9-306 complied. 9-308B complied. 9-363 complied. The city is seeking 10 days for 18-12.A, 63 days for 9-304B, and 63 days for 9-305B to comply, or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
What did we do with 18-1?
18-1 is complied.
Okay. All right. I find there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. For 18-12A, the respondent will be given 10 days to come into compliance or a fine of what? I didn't hear, 50 or 100?
100.
$100 a day. for 9-304 and 9-305B, 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 per day per violation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next case, page 28, Inspector Malik Jones, case number CE 260301117, case address 1743 North Andrews Square, owner North Andrews Uptown Village LLC, and Martin Silver, posted at property 6426, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Code Officer Malik Jones, presented for the City of Fort Lauderdale, and represent the case that was just read in. This case was first cited on March 4th, 2026 for the following violations. 18-12.8, complied. There is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and or its well. This is a recurring case, reference case CE 221-20522. This case will be presented to the magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether compliance is met or not. 9-280H1, complied. The city is seeking a finding of fact for the violation of 18-12.8.
Right, I'll find that there's no sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation existed. I'll make a finding of fact for 1812A.
Page 28, case number CE 2, Inspector Malik Jones, case number CE 260311284, case address 1721 North Andrews Avenue, owner 1721 North Andrews Avenue LLC, posted at the property 61326, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Code Officer Malik Jones, presenting for the City of Fort Lauderdale in reference to the case that was just read in. This case was first cited on April 10th, 2026 for the following violations. 18-1, there is graffiti at this property that is creating a public nuisance. There is graffiti on the tollway zone sign. 47-20.20.H, there are parking facilities that are not maintained at this property. The parking facility is dirty and has areas of missing areas of asphalt. The wheel stops are dirty. The city is seeking 10 days for 18-1 and 119 days for 47-20.20.H, or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The respondent will be given 10 days to come into compliance for 18-1 and 119 days for 47-20.20H, or a fine of $100 per day per violation.
Next case, page 29, Inspector Malik Jones, case number CE 260301175, case address 1314 Northwest 5th Avenue, owner Baby Foundation, Inc., posted at property 6426, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Code Officer Malik Jones, presenting for the City of Fort Lauderdale in reference to the case that was just read in. This case was first cited on March 7, 2026 for the following violations. 18-12.A, there is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and or its well. This is a recurring case, reference case CE 230-50814. This case will be presented to the magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether compliance is met or not. 24-7B, complied. 9-280C, complied. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. This is a recurring case, reference case CE 230-50814. This case will be presented to the magistrate seeking a finding of fact whether compliance is met or not. The city is seeking 10 days for 18-12.A and 63 days for 9-304B, or a daily fine to comply, or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The violation exists. The respondent will be given 10 days for the violation 18-12A and 63 days for the violation 9-305B, or face fine of $100 per day per violation.
Next case, page 29, Inspector Malik Jones, case number CE 260-30365, case address 1405 Northwest 6th Avenue, owner Signature Ventures LLC, posted at a property 6426, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Code Officer Malik Jones, presenting for the City of Fort Lauderdale in reference to the case that was just read in. This case was first cited on March 13, 2026 for the following violations. 24-7B, complied. 9-304B, there are vehicles, trailers parked on the grass lawn area. 9-305B, complied. The city is seeking 10 days for 9-304B to comply, or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
How many days? 10?
10.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The violation exists. The respondent will be given 10 days to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day.
Next case, page 30, Inspector Malik Jones, case number CE 260-30359, Case address 1220 Northwest 17th Terrace, owner J.P. Morgan Mortgage Trust and Select Portfolio Servicing, Inc., posted at the property 6426, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Code Officer Malik Jones, presenting for the City of Fort Lauderdale, will represent the case that was just read in. This case was first cited on March 12, 2026 for the following violations. 24-7B complied. 47-34.1.A.1 complied. 9-280H1. The fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. There are areas of deterioration and discoloration. 9-305B, there is missing grass or ground cover. 9-306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. There are areas of the exterior that have stains and missing peeling paint. The city is seeking 91 days for 9-280H1, 9-305B, and 9-306 to comply, or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, that the violations exist. The respondent will be given 91 days for each violation or face a fine of $100 a day.
Next case, page 30, Inspector Malik Jones, case number CE 260300833, case address 1332 Northwest 3rd Ave, owner Milos Gravabovich, posted at the property 61326, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Code Officer Malik Jones, presenting for the City of Fort Lauderdale, will represent the case that was just read in. This case was first cited on March 28, 2026 for the following violations. 18-12.8 complied. 18-4.C complied, 24-27F complied, 9-304B complied, 9-305B. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. The city is seeking 91 days for 9-305B to comply, or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. That the violation exists. The respondent will be given 91 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day.
Next case, page 31, Inspector Malik Jones, case number CE 260311180, case address 1425 Northeast 1st Ave, owner Elizabeth Zena Schwartz and Lee Duber, posted at the property 61326, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Code Officer Malik Jones, presenting for the City of Fort Lauderdale, represent the case that was just read in. This case was first cited on April 17, 2026 for the following violations. 18-12.A complied. 47-34.1.A.1 complied. 9-304B, there are vehicles or trailers parked on the grass or lawn area. 9-305B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. 9-306 complied. 9-308B complied. The city is seeking 10 days for 9-304B and 91 days for 9-305B to comply, or a daily fine of $50 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. That the violation exists. For 9-304B, it would be 10 days or $50 a day. For 9-305B, 91 days or $50 a day.
Next case, page 31, Inspector Malik Jones, case number CE 260400098, case address 1328 Northwest 5th Ave, owner Villanma Pierre, posted at the property 61326, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Code Officer Malik Jones, presenting for the City of Fort Lauderdale, to represent the case that was just read in. This case was first cited on April 6, 2026 for the following violations. 18-4.C complied. 9-304B complied. The gravel driveway is not being maintained. There are missing gravel and weeds are growing through it. This is a recurring case. A recurrent violation, see previous case CE 250206766. This case will proceed to the special magistrate to obtain a finding of fact whether or not it comes into compliance prior to the hearing. 9-305B complied. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover to include the swell. This is a recurring violation. See previous case CE 250206766. This case will proceed to the special magistrate to obtain a finding of fact whether or not it comes into compliance prior to the hearing. The city is seeking a finding of fact for the violations of 9-304B and 9-305B.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony. The city's uncontested. I'll make a finding of fact for 9-304B and 9-305B.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next case, page 32, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 260-20465, case address 4 West Las Olas Boulevard, owner Elevate One River LLC and Cardone Reacquisition LLC, and this is a case that's continued from the 4/30/26 hearing.
Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale Senior Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. This property was first inspected on February 19th and given time to correct for the following violations. 15-28 is complied, 47-19.9.5.b. Santorini Greek restaurant located on the rear south by the river have chairs, tables, and 2 white cabana-covered patios placed outside on the public right-of-way sidewalk. This area is being used for the purpose of outdoor dining sidewalk cafe without a permit. This case was brought before the special magistrate on April 30th, and at that hearing, the magistrate ordered a continuance to the special magistrate hearing on July 23rd. The city is requesting that the order of April 30th be rescinded because the area has become a public hazard, as can be seen from the accompanying photographs, and obstructs access to the bridge by the Broward County employees. The city is also requesting that the property come into compliance within 28 days or receive a fine of $500 per day thereafter.
I'm sorry, am I rescinding a prior order? Did you say I'm rescinding, you're looking to rescind a prior order?
Yes.
What did the prior order?
It was a continuance until the July 23rd hearing. We want to bring it back to today.
Did they get notice of this hearing?
Yes, they did. They were here this morning.
They were here this morning.
We told them what we were asking for. They said they were fine, so they didn't stay.
I appreciate that. I need that on the record since the order gave them until next month. So.
Right.
All right, based on the testimony that I've received from the code officer, I'll find that there's notice to take the action that they're asking me to take, which is to rescind the prior order continuance, which I'll do. I'll impose a new order, which gives them 28 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $500 a day.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Going back to page 12, Inspector Aleda Mesa, case number CE 2603120, case address 4819 Northeast 21st Ave, owner Ann Elliott and Ann Elliott Revocable Trust, posted at the property 52926, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
I'm sorry, what page is this on?
Page 12. Going back.
We're going back?
Yes.
Oh, that's right, you didn't have the pictures.
Magistrate, can you just give him 1 second? Oh, never mind.
So we're going back to page 4, is that right?
12. Page 12.
Okay. What page? 12. Got it, thank you. Yes.
Did you want me to read it again, or did you want me to just
No, it's on
proceed?
the record. Just maybe note for the record that we're going back to that case.
Okay.
We are going back to case number CE 26031. No, that's not it. Which one are we going back to?
031200.
Okay. No, you don't need to read it. It's already been read once. Tell me where we are.
Okay. The city is requesting 63 days for 472020H and 9-308B, or a fine of $100 per day thereafter for 9-280H1 and 9-306. The city is requesting compliance within 28 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Is 308, 9-308B 28 or 63 days?
63.
Okay. All right. I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. For 4720.28, 63 days. 9-280H1, 28 days. 9-306, 28 days. 9-308B, 63 days, or a fine of $100 per day per violation.
Next case, page 12, Inspector Aleda Mesa, case number CE 2603121, case address 4321 Northeast 21st Ave, owner Finn Villas Condo Association, Inc., posted at the property 61726, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Officer Mesa, number 350, for the city of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 2603121, address 4321 Northeast 21st Avenue. An inspection of the property was conducted 3/27/26 with violations cited as follows. 47-2020H, there are parking facilities that are not maintained at this RMM 25 property. There are misaligned wheel stops, faded striping, and pitted asphalt throughout the parking area. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted 6/24/26, finding violation remained. The city requests as follows: 47-2020H, compliance within 63 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The respondent will be given 63 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 per day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 33, Inspector Leonard Champagne, case number CE 2605008, case address 2030 Northeast 62nd Street, owner Christopher William Wade and Samuel Millett Wade, posted at property 6326, posted at 1 East Broward, 61526.
Leonard Champagne for the City of Fort Lauderdale for case number CE 26050078, address 2030 Northeast 62nd Street. This property was first cited on 5/5/2026 for 15272A. Property is being utilized as a vacation rental property without the required certificate of compliance from the City of Fort Lauderdale. The listing remains. They're in violation. The city is requesting 15 days to come into compliance or a fine of $1,000 per day thereafter.
1812 is complied, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The violation exists. The respondent will be given 15 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $1,000 a day.
Next case, page 33, Inspector Leonard Champagne, case number CE 260-50245, case address 1510 Northeast 57 Court, owner Courtney Shea Curley and David Spencer Curley, posted at the property 6826, posted at 1 East Broward, 61526.
Leonard Champagne for City of Fort Lauderdale for case CE 26050245, 1510 Northeast 57th Court, was cited on 5/12/2026 for 15272A. This property is being utilized as a vacation property without the required certificate of compliance from the City of Fort Lauderdale. This is a recurring violation per case number CE 25110471. This case will proceed to the special magistrate to obtain a finding of fact whether or not it comes into compliance prior to the hearing. The listing has been taken down. The city is requesting a finding of fact that the violation did exist.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, that the violation did exist, currently in compliance. I'll make a finding of fact that the violation existed.
Next case, page 34, Inspector Leonard Champagne, case number CE 260-50660, case address 1709 Northeast 15th Avenue, 1 through 4. Owner Caucasian LLC, posted at the property 6326, posted at 1 East Broward, 61526.
Leonard Champagne for the City of Fort Lauderdale for CE 26050-660, 1709 Northeast 15th Avenue, 1 through 4. This was cited on 5/20/2026 for 15272A. This property is being utilized as a vacation rental property without the required certificate of compliance from the City of Fort Lauderdale. This is a recurring violation. See previous case CE 25120330. This case will proceed to the special magistrate to obtain a finding of fact whether or not it comes into compliance prior to the hearing. The listing had been removed. The city is requesting a finding of fact that the violation did occur or exist.
All right, I find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. I'll make a finding of fact that the violation did in fact occur.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 34, Inspector Evan Oaks, case number CE 260-40475, case address 3420 Southwest 12th Place, owner Mary Norma McPhee, posted at the property 61226, posted at 1 East Broward, 61526.
Good morning, Your Honor. Code Compliance Officer Evan Oaks, presenting case and address as read. This property was initially inspected on April 22nd, 2026, and the following violation was observed. 15-272A. This property is being utilized as a vacation rental without the required certificate of compliance from the city. Additional inspections were conducted, including a pre-hearing inspection on Wednesday, June 24th, 2026, and the following violation remains. 15-272A, as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 15 days to comply or a fine of $1,000 per day thereafter to be imposed.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 15 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $1,000 per day.
Next case, page 35, case Inspector Evan Oaks, case number CE 26050-249, case address 3624 Southwest 22nd Street, owner Blimmy Buckner, posted at the property 53026, posted at 1 East Broward 61526.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Co-Compliance Officer Evan Oaks presenting case and address as read. This property was initially inspected on May 8, 2026, and the following violation was observed. 15-281A is complied. Additional inspections were conducted, including a pre-hearing inspection on Wednesday, June 24, 2026, and the violation is still complied. The city is requesting a finding of fact that a violation did exist, and if the violation returns, a fine of $500 per day thereafter to be imposed.
I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation is now in compliance but did occur. I'll make a finding of fact that it did occur. If it reappears, there'll be a fine of $500 per day. Okay. Yeah, we can take a break. I mean, what do you want to do? You want to keep going or you want to take a break? What's everybody want to do? I know they're eating, but okay. All right, let's take a break. We're close, but all right, let's go. Let's take a break.
Page 37, Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 250-90684, case address 712 Northwest 15th Way, owner TSC Associates, Inc. This is a request to vacate the order of 1/13/2026 and dismiss the case. Next case, page 37, Inspector Evan Oakes, case number CE 251-00348, case address 2675 Southwest 15th Street, owner Sakisha Fisher. First heard 1/29/26 to comply by 2/13/26. One section complied at $1,000. $68,000 has accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Inspector Evan Oakes, presenting case and address as read. This case was first heard on January 29, 2026, and the magistrate ruled in favor of the city, and the property owner was ordered to correct violations at this property by February 13, 2026 for violation 15-272A. For violation 15-272A, the property was inspected a total of 4 times since the fines began to accrue on February 14, 2026. The property was not in compliance on the following days: 02/25, 03/07, 03/28, and 04/11. At this time, the violation is complied, and they're in compliance because they passed the vacation rental inspection and received their certificate. The city is requesting the amount of fines to be imposed of $4,000 since the property was found to be in violation a total of 4 days while fines were accruing. The dates are February 25th, March 7th, March 28th, and April 11th. April 11th. $4,000.
Next case, page 38, Inspector Muhammad Dayem, case number CE 2602068, case address 1825 Southwest 23rd Street.
Can we go back to that one case that we just did? This is case ending in 348, right? Evan, this is case ending in 348?
Yes, sir.
Why does the agenda say that the fine is $68,000?
It's because when the fine is imposed, it runs every day. But when we inspected, the days that we inspect is the days that they actually get fined. And I inspected it 4 times.
No, I got the 4 days, but so is the fine $68,000 or is it $4,000?
Well,
it's 4,000, Special Magistrate. It's just because the system doesn't know that we're doing it for every day, so it's going to run. What should have been put on the agenda is probably the 4,000.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, this is a per day, per visualization.
All right, I got it. Thank you.
Next case, page 38, Inspector Muhammad Dayem, case number CE 260200768, case address 1825 Southwest 23rd Street, owner Scott Edwin Davis and Scott Edwin Davis Revocable Trust. First heard 4/30/26 to comply by 3/6/26 and 5/15/26. 2 sections complied at $50, 2 sections not complied at $100, or 2 sections complied at $100. $11,000 has accrued. The city is requesting admin cost of $442 and to vacate the finding of fact of 4/30/26 and reimpose the amount of $442.
Okay, I'll vacate the finding of fact, and I'll reimpose a fine amount of $442. I'll find that there's notice under Massey versus Charlotte County. Yeah, impose $442.
Next case, page 40, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 250-60836, case address 557 West Dayton Circle, owner Roderick Lewis and Amber Hutchins. First heard 21026 to comply by 51226, two sections not complied at $50. $4,400 has accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount, and fine continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice under Massey versus Charlotte County and impose the fine.
Next case, page 41, Inspector Bovary Exantos, case number CE 250900178, case address 937 Northwest 11th Place, owner Juan Ortiz Estate. First heard 12926 to comply by 21326 and 32626. Two sections not complied at $50. $9,100 has accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and fine continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. I'll impose the fine.
Next case, page 43, Inspector Vanessa Willis, case number CE 250800451, case address 436 Northwest 15th Way, owner SDS Group USA, Inc. First heard 12926 to comply by 2826 and 22626. One section complied at $100 with a fine of $1,300. One section not complied at $100 with a fine of $11,200. $12,500 has accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and fines
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Senior Inspector Vanessa Willis, just wanted to report regarding this case that all the violations have now complied, and the city is requesting the full amount of the fine as well as the administrative costs.
Okay, so the full fine amount is $12,500.
Not sure she has the final amount. Do you have the
12,000
calculation? 12,000?
12,500.
How much are the administrative costs?
Administrative cost is $865.
Okay, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. I accept the testimony that the property is in compliance. I'll impose those fines.
Okay.
And administrative costs.
Thank you.
How much is admin cost? So we're only imposing the admin cost?
No. You're imposing the fine amount, right? Fine and
And admin.
yeah.
And it's 865. Okay, 865.
Yes. For the administration cost.
Right. All right, just so everybody's we're imposing both the fine amount and the administrative costs, and the fine amount is $12,500 plus administrative costs.
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you.
One second, Special Magistrate.
Yeah, that's strange.
All right, let's go back. No, it's all right. Let's get it right.
Recalling case on page 43, Inspector Vanessa Willis.
Yes, as a correction to the last statement on record, regarding case CE 250800451, we're just going to go with the amount of the accrued fine.
Okay, so I'll find there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Impose a $12,500 fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 44, Inspector Bovary Exantos. Case number CE 251100250, case address 900 Northwest 14th Court, owner Rock Trust. First heard 12926 to comply by 22626. One section complied at $100, $1,500 was accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County sworn testimony. The city is uncontested. That the property is currently in compliance, but I'll impose the fine.
Next case, page 46, Inspector Bovary Exantos, case number CE 250800635, case address 1613 Northwest 15th Court, owner No Nonsense Investor, LLC. We've heard that one. Sorry.
Yeah, we did that case.
I did not know that. Next case, page 46, Inspector Bovary Exantos, case number CE 251100044, case address
I'm
1130.
sorry, I don't mean to be difficult, but did we do the one at the bottom? I don't have any notes on that. Did we do the one ending in 0044?
Did we do that one tomorrow? No.
I don't have any notes for that.
Yeah, that's the
But
one.
we did it?
No.
Okay, all right.
See, page 46, Inspector Bovary Exantos, case number CE 251100044, case address 1113 Northwest 15th Court, owner Yoleno Carmeneses and Catalina Soto, first heard 12926 to comply by 21326 and 22626, 4 sections not complied at $100. 50,200 has accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and fines continue to accrue.
Okay, I'll make a note that we have notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County imposed a fine, and I'll note that the fine still accrues.
Next case, page 47, Inspector Bovary Exantos, case number CE 251101118, case address 1242 Northwest 15th Terrace, owner Evanlinda Pessoa, first heard 12926 to comply by 21326, 2 sections complied to $100, $12,000 has accrued. The city is requesting the full amount.
I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. I will impose the fine. Everything okay down there? I hear a lot of talking. I can't hear you. Everything all right? Okay.
Sorry, back to page 47.
Yeah, it looks like you have 2 fines for.
Right, so we're just correcting the amount. The accrued fine is $23,200.
Noted for the record.
So we're going to impose that amount.
Okay. I'll impose that amount, the corrected amount, for the record.
Next case, page 48. Inspector Ramon Olivero, case number CE 250800025, case address 2879 Southwest 14th Street, owner Sandra Roda Rivera and Patricia Gilmo Rivera, first heard 12926 to comply by 32626, 1 section not complied at $50, 4,550 has accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and fines continue to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. I impose the fine.
Next case, page 48, Inspector Ramon Olivera, case number CE 250900767, case address 1501 Southwest 19th Ave, owner Alex Stephen Pryor, first heard 12926 to comply by 21326 and 22626, 4 sections not complied at $50, $25,750 has accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and fines continue to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. I'll note for the record that the order has been complied with, and I'll impose the fine.
Next case, page 49, Inspector Ramon Olivera, case number CE 251000577, case address 82 Southwest 24th Ave, owner Charles John Steve Luis and Katia Job. First heard 22626 to comply by 32626, 1 section not complied at $50. 4,550 has accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and the fines continue to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. I know for the record that the order's testimony, the city's testimony, the order has been complied with, and I'll impose the fine.
Next case, page 50, Inspector Ramon Olivera, case number CE 251000581, case address 1613 Southwest 28th Ave, owner Lat Investments Group LLC. First heard 12926 to comply by 22626. 1 section complied is $100. with a fine of $10,600. 2 sections not complied at $100 with a fine of $23,800. $34,400 has accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and fines continue to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. I accept the sworn testimony of the city. The order has been complied with and certify the fine, pose the fine.
The city is requesting to enter pages 53 and 54 in today's hearing as an exhibit. It is the city's list of complied, closed, withdrawn, and rescheduled cases. This concludes the special magistrate hearing agenda for June 25, 2026.
Okay, so ordered. Thank you. Thanks, folks. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Those of you that are left. Thanks. Thank you.